fasten your seatbelt. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Chrissie is hilarious.
Chrissie, have you ever heard of the comedian Basha K. Ali?
No, that sounds like something you yell out before you blow up a plane.
Basha K. Ali!
30 seconds remaining.
But you know what, good thing to say, I dabbled in stand-up for something. I have no disrespect for you at all.
I was very confused by the title, Everything Everywhere All at Once, because that's also what we call it when Ash takes off his shirt. I shouldn't be up here. I should be in school on the other side of the ocean. Oh, welcome to Mayor in the Morning. It's 11 a.m., which means it's still technically morning. Welcome. Hello. It is Friday, December 30th, the last day of the year. No, it's not. That is tomorrow. It's the second to last day of the year. It's a little late, little gay today. We had Geno Bisconte's birthday party last night at Stand Up New York. Woo! I'm just amazed he stayed upright and hosted the whole show. It was pretty great. It was myself, Kevin Dombrowski closed it out. Geno hosted. Keanu Thompson was there. Bobby from Compound. Steve from Compound did a prop comedy set with Jim Stansel. That was actually really funny. They were just taking out different objects and like making puns with them. It was corny. It was good. I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy simple humor. But it was good. Yeah, and then the whole crew was there. Drew, Marshall, Lindsay, lots of fans. Although I did have kind of a creepy fan interaction, this time with a woman. And okay, so here's how not to approach somebody that like you're either a fan of or you know from the internet or you're maybe meeting for the first time. Okay, here's not to do it. This lady comes up to me and goes, "Hey, neighbor." And I was like, "What?" Like I had no idea who she was. Never seen her before. She goes, "We're neighbors. You live in blank name of town." Name of town I live in. And I was like, I was so shocked and startled. I was like, how did you know that? Like I said, that's creepy. How did you know that? And then I was like, kind of like ignored her from there on out. And then she like explained that, oh, I messaged you a while back. I'm the one who told you about this protest. Like, I guess it was a protest I went to maybe either, God, I can't remember, this summer or last summer, where the kids were protesting the mask mandates for schools. And then like, okay, after many minutes of explanation, I finally put it together, like who this woman was. But fuck, don't do that, people. It creeps people out. Like I know most of you are fine. I'm probably creepy too at times, but like don't ever lead with, "I know where you live." Holy fuck nuts. David Chandler. God damn. Thank you, buddy. Holy shit. It's my 50th birthday today, so you get a present. Great show, Chrissie. Happy birthday, Geno. Oh my God, David. Well, I got to send you nudes now. Them's the rules. David, what are you doing for your birthday? How do you feel being almost a New Year's baby? How do you feel about, you know what's probably great about having a December 30th birthday is that a lot of shit goes on sale right after Christmas. So you are you can benefit from that. A lot of clothes go on sale. We were at the mall yesterday. I know, I can't believe malls are still a thing. This mall is definitely going to go out in March. So it's like the last few months of this mall. And I went to Bath Body Works. No, Bath and Body Works. I always confuse Bath and Body Works with Bed Bath Beyond. But Bath and Body Works had a candle sale. But they had mixed in candles that were not on sale. Here, this is how they try to get you. They had the sale candles, and then they had regularly priced candles. I'm like, I'm not here to buy a $26 candle, ma'am. Okay, you put those regular price candles back. I'm not buying this. Like, it's this big of a candle. It's hot. I can't pick it up. It's like regular. No, I will buy it for 10. I will buy it for 13. I would even buy it for 15, but not 26. But yeah, a lot of clothes go on sale after Christmas. Certainly, you're aware the wrapping paper goes on sale after Christmas. And probably growing up, like whatever you didn't get for Christmas, you could be like, oh, I'm sad I didn't get like this tricycle. And then your parents could be like, oh, we're just going to get you that for your birthday. We had it all along for you. David just dropped 500 on Steel Toe too. Oh, wow. I guess I know which show you like better. Just kidding. 50th. Yeah, this was Geno's 54th birthday. So it was a Studio 54 themed show last night at Stand Up New York. And I said on stage, I'm like, Geno, you didn't have to theme it Studio 54. You can just tell people you're doing cocaine. Like, just let people do it. And it was really fun. Gosh, we drank a lot, but I didn't get drunk. I did find my way to my train. I did get home. So it was good. It was really fun. I find I'm like, my goal for this year is to merge who I am. Like, I feel like who I've become, who I've grown into with my stand-up material. Because I think a lot of my material, obviously it was all recorded on my album. And so a lot of it I'm going to work out of my set. But a lot of that material reflects like who I was years ago. What I'm saying is I want a very red-pilled set that's going to make a lot of people feel uncomfortable right away. That's the goal. I have not been to Phoenix yet, but I would like to go. Fealty, we missed you yesterday. He doesn't look a day over 53. No, he looks good. Oh, and then the other day on the train, I got recognized. As I was walking in, I heard this guy say, he was with his friends, oh, I think that girl has a podcast. And then I like quickly sat down and I was like, and he's like, I think, or she looks like someone who has a podcast. And I just hid. I was like, put my coat up. I was like, and then a few minutes later, he's like, Chrissie Mayr. And I almost turned around and I was like, and then I could tell he was going through my Instagram because he was like, oh yeah, that's that homeless guy. That's viral. It's just weird. And of course I'm eavesdropping hard, but it is weird to like listen to people talk about you. I don't know. A normal person probably would have turned around and said hello, but I think I'm becoming autistic because I couldn't say anything to these people. I just had to crouch and hide. And then I tweeted like, yes, it's me. If you can see this, if it's you, if it's really you guys, yell out the N-word at the next stop. And they didn't. So I guess they didn't check my Twitter. It's weird. It's a little weird. And then when I was shopping around the other day, I went to Guess in the city and somebody in there was like, oh, are you an actress? And I was like, no. It's like, you look familiar. I was like, I think it's just because I got my hair done. Got my hair done by this gal. I think, where's the salon? Somewhere downtown. Cleveland Street. And it was so expensive. But I'm not gonna get this done all the time. This is gonna be like a once a year haircut, maybe twice, because it was a lot of money. I was like, fuck. And then I bought the spray that she had. I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna figure out how to do this, like make it look good all the time. Channel Starface, I've gone through Chrissy's trash enough to know she doesn't like creepy people. And that I don't recycle anymore. Oh my gosh. So much is going on. Andrew Tate, Greta Thunberg, they were feuding. Kirk Cameron is in the news right now. Thank you. The hair does look good. I don't know if you guys noticed, but she did an ombre. An ombre is where it's like a little bit lighter through here. No, you can't tell at all. It's so subtle. and she put in some layers. Because as my hair grows, it turns into a Hermione Granger look, and she had to just like chop, 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 chop into it. She did a great job, but fuck, it's expensive. And then you have to tip 20% on top of that. Whoa! I was like, bend me over, lady. But it does look great. And my hair lady got engaged too. And she set a date. We were talking about venues and stuff. They bought an apartment in Brooklyn, and I was like, oh no, you're still going to live here? Ugh, good luck with that. Maybe I'll go visit her someday. I'm acting like we're friends, like we're not. I see her like a couple times a year. All right. I guess while I'm on the topic of creepy people, Melanie Mac, my good friend Melanie Mac, I guess had a stalker. This might be old news by now. This is early week news. You got engaged on Christmas? Oh, congrats, TR. Melanie Mac had a stalker. And at first, she just DM'd a bunch of us about it before she went public. She was like, oh, man. Here's the video of this guy. Like, she was kind of like, I don't know what to do. And I watched the video, which is now taken down. It was from this tweet here, which means this guy feels embarrassment and shame and deleted it, which is probably a good thing. But I remember I watched the whole 40-something minute video, and I was like, okay, my initial impression was like, this guy doesn't seem violent per se. Like she was talking about how she went to this convention, and
The big video is still up.
It is?
Yes.
Okay.
If you want to play snippets of it.
I don't know where that is.
Our Twitter tweets.
Shit.
Public.
Okay.
I'll send it to you over the private.
Okay.
It's very creepy.
It's very creepy. Maybe my creepiness, like tolerance, is very high, and I can personally handle a lot of creepiness. But I watched the guy's video. It was 40 minutes long, and I was like, okay, he doesn't seem like he was going to kidnap her. He didn't seem like he was going to throw her into a van and drive off. But then again, who knows? You never really can tell about people. Sometimes they snap. Sometimes it's like you don't know what's going on in somebody's head. And I remember this video, because he's wearing this like neon yellow jacket. I guess he was in a truck. I think he was at a water bottle plant, and he's wearing this straw hat that looks like it definitely got wet at some point. I was like, he shouldn't have got that hat wet. All right. Dude drove 15 hours to stalk me because his delusions told me I was his. That was definitely the worst part of the video, because he was saying, I don't know, that he used to be engaged or married to or was dating this Asian woman. Maybe he lived in China or some Asian country for a time, and then he was saying after that breakup, like Melanie Mac appeared on his feed, and she's like, he noticed some physical similarities between Melanie and the last girl, but I guess Melanie's like the Caucasian version. They had similar hair, and which was all like, okay. But then, yeah, he did say a few things that give you pause, like, oh, well, she's being dropped into my lap. She's coming to say things like she's come into my life, and like saying this about a person he's never met, never spoken to. And this is what happens with the internet. I'm talking, I stream every day. When you stream every day, you give people the opportunity to get to know you very well, or make you feel like you're getting to know them very well. Meanwhile, it's just a one-way thing. You have no idea who's watching, if anyone's watching, what anyone's like on the other side of this. So it's a one-way thing where someone can feel like, oh wow, I really know this person really well, but you don't realize that the person has no clue who you are. So you walk up to them, oh hey, and then that's why you have to, like, even if you're very excited to meet somebody, like, keep in mind that they don't know who they are, and it can be strange. Anyway, so this guy went about this the 100% wrong way. Never tell somebody how many hours you drive. Like, don't tell anybody how long you take to get to a place. He just did. He definitely told her how long he drove. He waited for her kind of in the parking lot, or maybe didn't intentionally wait for her in the parking lot, but approached her in the parking lot. He even like outed what color car she had. This guy could have taken note of her license plate. Yeah. And just the way he was talking about, oh well, if this person's gonna be your future wife, you should really go meet them. And it's like, dude, stop it. Like, let's do step one. Have a non-creepy meeting. Let's start with that first. But what he should have done is parked his car, went to her panel, met her after, shook her hand. He's like, oh, I didn't want to take a picture with her because that would have been weird. I'm like, no, everything you did was weird. You should have gone for the selfie. But instead, he like left a handwritten card on her windshield, like waiting for her after she got back. And it's like, no, dude, this is not how you do this. But he might be still operating from like a middle school, high school emotional place. Like, I feel like this man might be like emotionally a little bit stunted. And he seems like in his 50s or something. So maybe he just hasn't like adjusted or evolved with the times technologically. So maybe he's like, oh, I got blocked, which means I had to go see her. It's like, no, dude, you got blocked. Like, that's a sign to slow your roll. Anyway, it was bad. What?
I'm going through his video.
You
I
go-
got a segment you should play.
Okay.
Play it on like 1.5 speed because he talks slow.
Okay.
So I'm gonna see where.
I know I started this by saying, oh, this guy might not have been that bad. Who knows? This is his 20th new account he has made because I keep blocking the other ones. He is psychotic. Yeah, that's not good. Don't keep making accounts just to harass one person. Like, I get it. We all get blocked. People block me all the time, but take a hint. Take a hint. For those who think I'm making it up, he even made a video confessing it. My mods found it. He was camping out in the parking lot that night too, but thank God I walked to my car, talking to my local police, but happy to receive more professional help. Yeah, this is the hat I was talking about. I'm like, this hat definitely got wet at some point. You got to just throw that hat out when it starts to look like this. This is not a good look. Or maybe put a steamer on it, but this guy doesn't look like he owns a steamer.
So I get up on what I believed. What I believed was Thursday morning. And
he was talking about how he woke up late.
I'm taking it really slow.
He missed the time he thought he wanted to leave by.
Relax and work around the house. And then at some point, it struck me to look at the calendar, to take a closer look at the calendar.
Oh, the
that's when I
calendar.
realized it was actually Friday, and that I had long gone by my departure time, right? In that window, that comfortable window.
He was saying, I wanted to get there like half a day early.
Had just disappeared.
Like, dude, get to the point.
I had to scramble and throw stuff into it. I didn't look at a map. I'm like, I'll just have to check it out on the road. I know, just take 10.
That's how you know this person is old. He's talking about maps still.
I jump in my car and I'm off,
I referred to my almanac.
Within 15 minutes, and this, because of when I left when I did, I know I'm going to get there pretty late on Friday night.
He kind of has like psychopath eyes. Like, they did a study on like serial killers, and most of them have these like very light blue eyes.
And but I'm going to make Saturday morning comfortable. I'll get there with like 4 or 5 hours, chance to sleep at the hotel. I'm like, I wasted a hotel day.
Stop complaining, dude.
I'm there, And for a moment, I was like, Dunk.
You should have gone with that. You should have gone with your first impulse.
And then I was like, no, Sean, this is important to you. Like, you want, if that's your wife, if that's somebody who's going to be a very important part of your life, go out and meet her.
Yeah, so, you don't go from like never met the person to this is your wife, man. So Melanie she obviously came out public with this. and spoke to her local police about it and spoke to, I guess, his local police about it. The sheriff is on his way to talk to me more about my options. This is getting handled, rest assured. Never wanted to make this public, but he wouldn't stop with the new account, so I felt like people needed to know, especially the other girls that he follows. I'm really upset this guy doesn't watch Simpcast. I've listened to a lot of his videos. He doesn't seem to be a Simpcast watcher, which kind of bums me out. I'm like, Melanie's on my show all the time. And we will cover this, by the way. Melonie is on Simcast this Sunday, January 1st, New Year's Day night. Oh, so we'll be covering that. Also, the guys who walked me to my car safely were Nuance Bro and I am Sean Fitzgerald. I didn't mention their names before because I didn't know if they were okay with me bragging on them, but I just got permission. Absolute kings. They may have saved my life that day for all we know. Good job, boys. And then, of course, I said, that's no way to talk about your future husband. Oops. And then I messaged her. I'd be like, I hope you know I'm kidding, right? Oh, Frank, you sent me another video of him?
Private chat.
Private chat. It's in the private
Go
chat.
to 6 minutes, 25 seconds.
6 minutes, 25 seconds.
And throw the speed up to like 1.5 because he talks so slow.
He's a slow talker. Yeah. That's how you can tell that's a man with nowhere to be.
You go to like at least the 9-minute mark.
Oh, wait. Settings. Speed. 1.25? 1.5?
You can do 1.5 for him.
Okay. He's a slow boy. He's a slow boy. Ah! Oh, this is... Yeah. Talk about the Asian chick.
Can we see it?
Oh! I've been playing it this whole time and not showing it. Whoops. I was just personally enjoying it by myself. Did you guys hear it? No, nothing. No. Okay, it was just me. 6. Here we go.
At this age, I don't want to be, wasting time or energy anymore. I'm pretty involved in getting married at this
Throw
point.
out that hat,
And,
John.
Certainly with that position, that status, and that security, I was going to become much more eligible. I did hope there was a woman in China.
For marriage.
I spoke about her in some of my other videos, Down Story Dynasty. I had a relationship with her, an intimate relationship with her, and I was kind of hoping to, I guess
this is definitely a bad. He's a bad stalker. He's wearing neon yellow. He's not trying to be inconspicuous.
There would be an opportunity where we would meet again and perhaps sort of engage that relationship, or at least complete that relationship, bring it to its create. I was hoping to see her again, and I was hoping things would work out, and I kept that in the back of my mind. The more and more I sort of progressed in that upward trajectory, I knew more and more that possibility of running into her again was going to be increasing. So, I was hoping for that. And when what we did was like, no, you're not going to get to do any of that, And so I come back to the United States, and I'm like, well, then, there's really nothing here for me than just to kind of meet my end,
Oh.
And, it's not like I'm not brave enough.
What does that mean? Meet my end? Like, does he mean eventually pass away, or like aggressively, proactively? Yikes.
Oh, this would be a great Halloween costume.
This would be an excellent Halloween costume. This would be a great low budget. Just get a neon shirt, a neon jacket, and get a straw hat, get it wet first, let it dry, maybe smushed into a bag, and then pull it out and then wear it.
And if I do so, I'm not going to do it by compromising, the things that I stood for, the compromising.
The more I listen to this guy, the more I'm like, okay, he doesn't have any concept of his effect on other people. I think he's a narcissist. I think he's a sociopath. He only talks about himself. He just seems to not know his effect on other people, like other people's reactions to him. It doesn't seem to ever occur to him, like how people receive him.
I'm not going to compromise, what I sort of had, I'm not going to compromise parts of myself for that, then I go to my grave. It's your loss.
What?
This is one less hurt in it.
I know what that means.
Your loss?
No. He won't compromise things, but he's not talking about what they are. That means he's an asshole.
Yeah.
and he doesn't care that he hurts people's feelings.
Okay, I won't. When he says I won't compromise things, and then he doesn't elaborate, it means he's an asshole, and he doesn't really care how people.
Self-centered prick.
Yeah, Frank thinks he's an asshole. I agree.
Because he's not saying
What they are.
It's very Frank Mayer.
It is very much my dad. This guy, he's long-winded. He doesn't really make clear points. He doesn't really reveal anything personal about himself. He doesn't make himself vulnerable. I'm like, oh, this is my dad. If he could figure out how to hit record. If he said, oh, the things that are really important to me, I really want to have a family. I want to make a woman feel like loved, appreciated, someone to go through life, whatever. And it's like, it's all about him. Oh, I won't compromise. And he just doesn't say what that means.
So anyway, yeah, I was hoping for all that. So I'm back in America, and like two or 3 years, I was back for about 2 years by the time I met, and then Melanie Mac comes into my life,
Comes into my life.
Recommendations in my scroll, and I'm like, wow, she looks just like Lisa, like that hair, it's like her again, but she's American, and so maybe that's my compensation, right? You come back,
compensation.
Maybe that's people who feel bad about ruining my chances or happiness, or ruining my chance of having a family.
What? Who ruined your chance?
Say that again. That's psychotic.
People ruined my chances of being happy.
I sort of had this, I'm not going to compromise parts of myself for that. Then I go to my grave. It's your loss. It's just one less hurting in. Anyway.
He was about to make like a dark joke, like, oh, I was about to be like just one less person here.
So I'm back in America.
He's like, a woe is me. Ugh.
And like two or 3 years, I was back for about 2 years by the time I met. Then Melanie Mac comes in my life. Comes up on my recommendations in my scroll, and I'm like, wow, she looks just like Lisa, like that hair. It's.
My internet's being gay, of course.
It's like her again, but she's American, and so maybe that's my compensation, right? You come back to, that's people who feel bad about ruining my chances or happiness, or ruining my chance of having a family. They're very basic sort of human needs, or very sort of basic human relationships. Okay, people ruined all that for that. Yay America, yay China, all that was ruined, and so maybe somebody's trying to make it up for me. All right, let me look at this person. She's certainly got my attention. She's ready.
Who is they? Who ruined your life? Who ruined your chances? What happened? Like, dude, it's like this guy will lead you right up to a point where he's going to actually give you some information and then pull it back because he's afraid of being actually vulnerable. Yeah, he's really self-centered without revealing anything personal about himself. It's like, why are you even making a video, dude? Because you have no one to talk to? I think that's probably the deal. Like, this could all be just a phone call with someone that cares about you or knows you, buddy. Like, then you would have a back and forth, and the person could challenge you, ask you questions, and maybe you could figure out you're a little fucking weird and not handling this well. But I really don't like this. Oh, like, this is my payback. It's like, it sounds like the other girl in China or whatever dumped you. Like, what do you need to be paid back for? It sounds like that relationship just didn't work out, and maybe you should have taken a look at yourself.
Right there in front of you, like she popped up, fell into your lap, right?
No, she didn't fall into your lap. She's on the internet. She's a person in a box.
So I start to engage her through YouTube comments, and then I move on to Twitter and Instagram, and Instagram gives me the opportunity to have direct messages. And so I kind of try and
what?
I try to make myself more familiar with her, basically, through those channels. And I feel like there's a response going on, sort of a little bit, sort of a hidden sort of response going on. Like, I'll talk about something in one of my comments. She maybe liked it. I'm sure she's laughing at it because I was cracking up writing it.
No, I'm sure she was laughing at it because I was laughing at it. Again, I feel like he has no concept of how other people experience him. He assumes it's the same as how he experiences himself. Narcissism.
It kept me laughing all day, and I enjoyed writing it, and she liked it, and so I'm thinking, oh, we have a sense of,
it must be meant to be. It must be soulmates because she liked something.
Seems like some of the things I'm saying, she's also bringing up in her videos. I'm like, that's generally a pretty good vibe about this. And then,
oh my God, we have a great vibe.
It pops up that there's this debate con, all of a sudden pops out of nowhere, and like, this is an opportunity to meet her. It's like someone saying, hey, you want to go meet her? Here's your chance.
Who is someone?
All right,
that's with the Lord, divine intervention.
But around the same time, she blocks me on Instagram. She takes away my direct message away. You know? So
She took away my messaging. Yeah, sounds like she's really into you, bruh. You have a great vibe. Other than she blocked you. Better go
it's kinda
for
like,
it.
well, what are you going to do now? You know, like, how are you going to react to that? Are you going to be all insulted and angry, you know, and come out there and try, you know, flip out and cause a scene? Or are you going to like try and like
What?
reestablish a direct means of communication? Or are you just going to not think anything of it? You're going to be indifferent about it. And like,
No, a normal person would probably like move on or yeah, make another account and then like really like profusely apologized. Ugh, just he went about it the wrong way, big time. I've blocked people that I mistakenly shouldn't have in the past, and then usually they'll message me on another account or they'll message Frank and be like, "I'm really sorry, I'm a big fan." I'll be like, "Okay, you get one chance."
I ended up kind of doing the indifferent. And I don't think she appreciated that, you know.
And I don't like this internal monologue going on with him. Like, you gotta just let this girl block you, or you gotta get back in there, bruh. Like, who is he? It's like he's got a little like coach sitting on his shoulder, telling him to do psycho things.
Didn't go out after there to get a photo with her. Didn't go out there to get her number.
You should
Just
have
went out there
gotten
to say hello
her a
and
photo,
say, "This is who I'm that guy who writes that stuff. You know, that's me."
so she'd be
Here
like,
I am.
"Ugh,
Here's what I look
great,
like in real life.
gonna block you in real life."
Because
That's what
I
it look
know
like in
all
real
the
life.
tricks. I know the high angles. I know the diffuse lighting, and I know all that. I know the cosmetics. I know how you can make it look on screen. You know, when I got out to see this,
Is he saying he does high angles and he diffuses himself? Like what? Melanie doesn't do any of that. Like she looks in person how she looks on camera. I don't know. I think this guy's trying to sound so much smarter than he actually
see
is.
somebody, very often there's a difference. So, knowing that, I was like, you know, here's me and there's you. Great. So I drive out. So I decided to drive out to this debate con. I get my tickets, and it's a 15-hour drive, and I take the time off from work. I believe that, you know, I thought, okay, I got Thursday off, I got Friday off.
He should have gone to the other panels. Like, I think it's just, you're giving it too much importance to just go see Melanie's
I
panel.
got Saturday off and just come back Sunday. That's great. So Thursday, I'll just, you know, relax.
Was there
and get
anything else
ready,
to
get
watch
stuff
on
together,
this,
take
or
my
was
time,
that
put some clothes together,
the most
get
interesting
everything,
part?
prep to go out there, maybe look at the map and do all that Thursday, and then Friday I'll set out really early. Get there at a reasonable hour. I'll get there early. Maybe Friday I'll get there, or like I was gonna leave like Thursday night really early, and so I get up on what I believed. Closer look at the calendar, 4 or 5 hours. And so I sit through them, and I'm like, okay, you know, it's good to be here. You know, it's nice to have checking me out. And I'm like, why is this person kind of really here just to meet Melanie Mac? And so I sit through them, and I'm like, okay.
Wait, what?
He thinks some other girls checking him.
Oh, that was hilarious, dude. No one's checking you out.
You know, it's good to be here. You know, it's nice to have the time.
A time.
Hang out and do something. I'm just gonna read the room and, you know, save my participation from
Reading the room is something you cannot do, buddy.
I'm really here to participate. I'm really here just to meet Melanie Mac. And watch those, and then there's like a 2-hour gap after those two debates. There's like a 2-hour gap, and I figure, all right, it's time to go out and dinner. And Millie will be for the next panel, and maybe I'll get a chance to say hello there and introduce myself. Great. And I'm walking out, and as I'm walking out there, I notice this blonde girl is kind of checking me out, and I'm like, why is this person
checking me out?
That's kind of weird. And
she probably was like, shouldn't you be working on a road somewhere? Like she's probably trying to figure out like what highway you work on. Like, what's this?
I don't really think anything of it.
Hot yellow man doing here?
Just across the way from the center. And as I'm walking to my car into the entrance to this parking lot, this little yellow car comes flying in. And I'm like, what's this wacko? You know, I'm getting out of the way. We get out of the way of the wacko. They're going a little bit too fast. And you know, I step over the side.
It was Melanie.
You know, I'm like, I want to get a look.
My dick got hard instantly.
Who's this crazy driver? And it's Melanie Mac. Yeah, and immediately, I take a 90-degree, I do an about face. I'm like, that's her. You know, that's the person I'm here to see. And so
that's
my
future wife.
that, you know, like it's kind of one of those weird introductions that.
It's not an introduction.
Make more.
It's not an introduction.
It was, but it was something more to it. I don't know. But anyway, I don't know what really to do, how to react to it. I'm thinking, okay, here's your chance to meet her, but like she just pulled in the parking lot. She's got stuff to do. You know, just go eat your dinner and, you know, catch up with her later. Time. At this point, I'm thinking I'm just kind of here. I'm not going to be aggressive about anything. You know, she did block me on that Instagram. That's kind of like, because of that, you're going to have to like be really.
In cartoons, there's the angel and the devil.
Yeah.
I would have loved to hear that inner monologue.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about. Well, the good side's telling me, you know, maybe keep my distance, maybe just take a selfie and be normal. And then, but then the other side's saying, that's your wife. Get in there, fucking throw her in the car. Come on, get on with it. Time's ticking. Let's have babies already. And then the other side's like, no, man, be cool.
They really just cordial. You're just gonna have to be real cordial about this. Just say hello. And
I want to reach out to this person just to be like, you need to throw that hat away.
So I'm looking for a place to get dinner.
I don't know. I don't care what else.
So I go back to my car and she parks.
Throw it away.
I'm just kind of looking on my phone, looking for a place to eat.
Should I have this guy on the podcast?
She hasn't gotten out of her car. And I'm thinking, all right, then why not go over there and talk to her now?
Oh God! Oh my God! Melanie wouldn't fucking never talk to me again if he was the special guest on Simcast. Oh man. I'd be like, dude, what were you thinking?
Not too busy, or she seems to be available to do so. Just go over and say hello and say you're that guy who's been coming.
Yes, it's me. I'm that guy.
And maybe
I'm the guy that talks to you online. Oh wow. She has so many fans. This is like he's overvaluing himself. He lacks self-awareness. He's delusional. He doesn't realize like Melanie has thousands of fans. Hundreds. I mean, dozens of which are probably at this convention.
Maybe she knows of a place around here, and that'll give you an idea of maybe that'll give you an opportunity to ask her out to dinner. So I go over.
What a pussy! He handles all of this in such a pussy-like manner, and he's like, "Oh, I'll ask her if she knows of a place to go, and then that'll be how I ask her to go out with me." No, like be a man and be like, "Hey, would you like to go?" I mean, this is not the time or place to ask her to a meal of food. But if you did know somebody, like if you hung out once or twice, and you're like, "Hey, let's go get. You want to get some food?" Not be like, do you know where to get food? Can I go with you to get that food?
I'm not going to go over and actually go and talk to her.
Dude.
And I go over to the car and she's not in it. I'm like, what? Where'd she go?
She's like, I would love to just see this, like a dramatic reenactment of this, of Melanie like looking in the rearview mirror and like, he's still watching me. And then she like sneaks out of the car, like does a barrel roll and like creeps away, like just crouches down. It's like, oh, she's not there anymore. Because she's small, she could get away,
and
or like she's wearing a disguise to get away from him.
But then I see her walking like from a completely different direction, walking from the opposite direction.
She probably like sprinted away from you.
Like, why is she coming from there? And she's far enough away that I can't just. I call her name out, and she doesn't hear me, so I have to I'm like, oh man, I gotta shout her name out.
I gotta yell her name. I gotta run towards her.
That's weird. Shout her name out, Melanie Mac.
That's sure. His idea of what's weird is not in line with what's actually weird.
And she hears me, and she walks towards me, and I just introduced myself, and I asked her if she knew any good places to eat, and she said, I don't know, I'm not really from around here. I said, okay, well.
Why would she know a good place to eat?
Kind of busy, and you gotta get.
Oh, it's because you're a pussy, and you don't actually. You're creepy and weird and insecure. You don't actually have the confidence to ask her out, but you'll just do like a half measure and then blame it on her somehow.
Actually, I just thought, let's say hello. This is who I am.
Hi, here I am.
Let's talk later.
Behold, it's me.
The panel goes by, and I know I got to get on the road, and I just want to, and so I'm not gonna. Maybe I was a little too indifferent about that, and I do apologize if that's what it came across as, that I was not interested enough or what. I just didn't want to be aggressive.
Yeah, that's what your problem is, Sean. You didn't see if interested enough. You should have ran up to her with a burlap sack so that she could know that you were really serious about her. You should have came with a cloth full of whatever stuff they put on there and just like, oh, hi, Melanie. I'm serious. I'm so serious about you.
Does this smell funny to you?
Does this smell funny to you? Yeah. Do you think this is expired? Yikes. Big yikes, John. I feel bad for this person because I think he probably either lacks friends or I feel like life is going to serve you up the same lesson over and over again until you learn it. And just for his age, he seems like emotionally, developmentally disabled. He's just not understanding certain like social cues. I feel like the internet has tripped him up. Like he doesn't know how to behave on the internet. Like, I feel bad for him.
Not after being blocked on Instagram when I was trying to be personable with her there.
Personable.
So I just felt like I should just.
Yeah, like she blocked you, which means you creeped her out, which means you got to double down on being humble and nice and like be very careful.
Leave it up to her, for the most part. I'm just gonna go say goodbye.
But that's your wife, Sean. Go get her.
You did a good job, and hope to see you again. And that's basically all I did say. I didn't ask for a photo or anything like that because it's one of those things that I don't think is really.
Oh, I didn't ask for a photo. I don't want to come across like a weirdo. I don't want to come across like a fanboy. But here's the tattoo I did of you. It's your face. It's you and me together in our truck because it's our truck now because we're husband and wife. And there's the 2 dogs in the back. But I don't want a photo with you because that's too simpy.
My picture taken anyway. Get my picture taken anyway. So the shade back, and that was it. And then I went to oh no, yeah, that's what I had during the dinner break when I went to get dinner. There was a bookstore right next to the dinner and I had the restaurant, and I had time on my hands, so I said, "Let me go take a walk in this bookstore."
No, you had time on your hands.
I thought, get something, card or something for Melanie. Put it on her car or something, just to kind of.
What?
Maybe that's how.
Who the fuck does that? Ugh. He like lacks the confidence to have a meaningful interaction with her in person, but then he's like, I'm gonna go get a card. And
You love cards.
I do love cards. So this is so hard for me to say, but the card is not the move right now, bud.
I mean, that's how I can get her number, or that's how I can get.
This is how I can get her number. I'll give her my number and a card, and then of course she'll text me.
Yeah, I mean that's how I can get her number. That's how I can get a direct line of communication with her.
The whole time while he's going to buy this card, this song is playing in his head. Last chance, last dance for love.
So I start to look for a card, and then I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll get her book. Maybe I'll get her a book. Yeah,
a book?
Remember I talked about Ireland? I would love to go to Ireland with Melanie.
What the fuck? Oh, okay. This is my favorite part of this video. I'm gonna get her a book. That's like a book is so. It's like kind of a personal gift. Figure, all right, if you're gonna get somebody a book, a streamer that it would be a book about something like, I don't know, maybe she's mentioned or talked about wanting to learn more about, but no, he gets a book about something he likes.
With her going.
Narcissism.
I thought, you know what, maybe get something, card or something for Melanie. Put it on her car or something, just to kind of maybe that's
get her Starbucks gift card.
Maybe that's how I can get her number.
And then leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean that's how I get her number. That's how I can get a direct line of communication with her going.
So wait, you want her number?
So I start to look for a card, and then
to ask for a photo with her. Got it. Hold on, Frank. Can you? Someone's calling my phone. Here, can you talk to them? Okay.
Thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll get her book. Maybe I'll get her a book. Yeah, and I'm thinking, remember I talked about Ireland? I would love to.
I talked about Ireland. I would love to go to Ireland. Everything's about him.
With Melanie Mac,
I would like to go to Ireland with Melanie Mac. So I'm going to get you a book about Ireland so you can learn about where we're going to go together as a couple.
So let me get a book, a travel guide. So I got her this travel guide in Ireland. Because I remember I made a comment about some of the places that I love in Ireland, and I felt like sharing that with her.
This is the best part of the video. I'm glad I kept watching it to this point. It's all about him. Do we have any idea if she likes Ireland at all?
And even if I didn't get to go, I was going to buy her this book with her. I said, let me, I'll just earmark.
What? Even if I didn't get to go to Ireland, I'm going to buy this book with her? What the fuck? Like, it doesn't even matter who she is. It's like, at this point, it's just like NPC woman. It's like whoever he's just subbing into this like fantasy that he's built up in his mind. Like who she is as a person seems totally irrelevant. It's just like, oh, she looks the part. So I'm just going to like, whoop, take this one Asian girl out and then whoop, just slot her in. And it doesn't even matter like what her preferences are or how she experiences being with me.
Towns that I found really particularly
I'm replaying this shit.
Beautiful. That's how I can get a direct line of communication with her going. So I start to look for a card, and then I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe I'll get her a book. Maybe I'll get her a book. Yeah, and I'm thinking, remember I talked about Ireland? I would love to go to Ireland with Melanie Mac. So let me get a book, a travel guide. So I got her this travel guide in Ireland because I remember I made a comment about some of the places that I love in Ireland, and I felt like sharing that with her. And even if I didn't get to go, I was going to buy her this book with her. I said, let me, I'll just earmark these towns that I found really particularly.
Even if I didn't get to go to Ireland. So you don't have the confidence to ask her for a photo, but you want to go to Ireland with her? Okay. No problem there.
Beautiful. And if she ever gets to Ireland, I can only say, check these places out. hope it's with me. You know, no idea.
I hope it's with
Hopefully
me.
make the opportunity, but even if it
Fingers
wasn't with me,
crossed.
I wanted her to share that with her.
What the
'cause she's
fuck,
Irish.
dude?
Yeah, maybe she doesn't know that much about Ireland. I don't know. I love the country. Been there a couple times.
I don't know. I don't even know if she knows if she... I don't even know if she knows what Ireland is, but I know, and I know she's gonna be my wife, and I'm gonna take her there. Gotta say, I'm rooting for this guy. Come on, Flake. I'm rooting for him too. I just like he's on like step 40 right now. He needs to be at step 2. I do feel bad for him too. A travel book. What year does he think this is? Yes, Stevie. Very much he is still operating, I think, in 1985. Under different circumstances, this could be a cool dude. Yes. I think he's just very much missing the mark on social cues. He doesn't really know how to act. He's self-centered. And I'm a person who loves cards.
So I bought that book and some cards and
Some
I went back
cards.
to my car and I started, I earmarked all the places that I would hope I thought she might be interested in Ireland, and I started writing out the cards.
Has
right?
she even mentioned, like, I don't watch all of her content. Has she even mentioned wanting to go to Ireland, or is this 100% on him? I have a feeling this is all his idea.
In the first couple of drafts, I wrote one drafted card, like with all my contact information, and then I said that's too much. Ripped that up, threw it out. Wrote another one.
How many cards is
No.
he buying? Like, if you need to do, you should have wrote a first draft like in a notebook or something. Or this is how I know he doesn't really use his phone, or like write a first, like draft what you're going to write in the card, like in the notes of your phone, and then handwrite it. But this guy's just writing out cards. I don't like that one, ripping it up. So he bought multiple cards knowing that it was going to take him a few times to get it right. Ugh, poor guy.
Could have been one of those holiday packs.
Oh, you think he bought it as a holiday pack? Like a pack of 12, and he's like, it'll take me 6 or 7. Oh,
What do
boy.
you think the drafts look like?
The drafts were like, Melanie! It's probably all caps. His first attempt at the card was probably all caps. Maybe he's like, yeah, I've enclosed a sample of my seminal fluid for you, my future wife, Melanie Mac. This is how our names would look together. I hope that you are going to change your last name to be with mine, because then we are together as a unit. This is my address. This is my mother's maiden name, my social security number, because you will need all this information because you are going to be my wife. Here is my phone number.
Do you think he signed it Sean Mac?
Sean Mac. I mean, I might change my name to be Sean Mac if you really want to. That's gonna have to be a conversation. Yeah, he definitely maybe involved blood the first time around. It was definitely all caps. Definitely rubbed the card on himself to get his scent on it. He's probably was like, yes, women love pheromones.
Isn't it creepy that he thinks that she looks like the American
The other girl,
version?
it is very creepy. Oh, like that he thinks the universe is serving him up a version of the same girl he used to be
Version of
with.
Chow Ling,
Yeah. Here's the Caucasian version of the other girl you just fucked things up with. Ugh.
You want to dress Melanie Mac up in like
China doll
Geisha
outfit.
yeah.
I hear, Melanie Mac, I bought you a kimono. And some chopsticks for your hair.
I wrote another one, and the last one I wrote was, just said, "I hope to see you again," and that's how I feel like.
Man, I wish, yeah, that would be so fun. A dramatic reenactment of this. Like, I would love to see all those cards. And the second to last card, he's like, fuck it. What's the point? I'm just going to end it. Then the last card is like, hope to see you soon.
I felt like that was all I was really at liberty to ask for,
What?
And like I said, I went to the panel and I had a quick brief. She was talking to that, like when I left at the end of that panel, I went up to talk to her. She was actually talking to that blonde girl that I had noticed.
The blonde girl who liked me, who was checking me out. And I should have gone up to that blonde girl and been like, hey, hold off, you harlot. I'm Melanie Mac's future husband. Keep your eyeballs to yourself, lady.
I left the first time, so I was like, so there's a connection there somehow. Did she like There's nothing.
Are we gonna have a three-way? What's going on here?
So anyway, I leave and I put the card on her windshield, and that's how that went. But I went away feeling good. Overall,
Ugh,
I didn't think
that's not good. You should have
I
not
didn't
gone
think
away
that
feeling
I'd come off
good.
indifferent.
You should have gone away feeling very bad about yourself. You should have been like, "This is a rock bottom. I need to take a hard look at my life. I need to reevaluate my priorities. Maybe I need to take a social media break."
I do apologize for that if that's how it was read. It certainly was my intention. I didn't want to see desperate, and I didn't.
Oh,
want to see
okay. You're a
Let's
little past
go out
that,
to drinks
bud.
with all your friends, and hey, who's this and that? Like, I'm not going to be the life of the party. I'm not here to be that. I'm just kind of here to meet you. And
Who is he talking to?
So anyway,
we're his following. We're all his fans now.
And after that, it was like, it became very apparent to me that I had compromised my ability to communicate or.
I have compromised my ability to communicate. He thinks everything is on him. Like, again, he has no concept of how Melanie is experiencing him. He just thinks, well, she blocked me. I guess I gotta try again. It's like, dude, you creeped her out.
Way that suited her brand, I guess. I don't know.
God. And here's where he really sounds like my dad. Like, he has clearly like no concept of what she does, but he keeps saying brand and marketing over and over again. It's like, and he says it in kind of a condescending way. He talks about like her business and what she does, how she makes money, like, being a YouTuber, but he doesn't get it. So he's like, I guess it's just like not in her brand to talk to me. I guess it's like I'm not part of her brand. And he kind of like looks down his nose.
I knew I was not speaking to her in the correct, in an appropriate channel, And I just kind of felt like I'm going to try. I'm going to work with what I got, And things went, hit and miss. And, but at the same time, I felt like it was her brand, and parts of aspects of her brand were very sort of troublesome to me, I didn't.
Her brand is troublesome to me. The fact that she's not like into you.
Christianity as her marketing, as kind of a marketing, and also the way.
Brand.
Like I said, she's a sex appeal while she's
Christianity.
No.
She just happens to be Christian.
Yeah, she just happens to be Christian. She's not trying to push it on anybody. She's not like, you guys got to all look up your local church and start going.
Like she talks about carnivore stuff.
Yeah.
Part of who she is.
But this guy's such a narcissist. He goes, I'm not religious. And this is my future wife who is religious. So I feel like she's pushing that on me when he just can't let her be. Like, he takes any difference that's different than him as it being pushed on him. It's like a weird,
and it's just part of her brand.
Almost it's her brand. No, it's like, no, dude, you just like, you're different people.
I don't know a single dude who complains about someone else's brand that's a good person.
Yeah, right. When people talk about my brand, it's the same thing. It's like, it's old, insecure dudes. Yeah. Not that there's anything wrong with being old, but this is him like unable to take the L. He can't figure out where he went wrong. So he, instead of looking at himself and being like, oh wow, I went about this 100% the wrong way. Every step of the way I did the wrong thing. Instead of saying like, ugh, I kind of screwed up here. He's like, it's her brand. She's too Christian. There's parts of her that are troublesome. She's problematic. It's like, dude.
Solicits the idea that she's looking for a husband. Okay, yeah, sure, but at the expense of what? At the expense of all these suitors. Like, how many suitors do you need before you decide to actually get a husband? Because it seems
you're calling her a slut now?
The Lord to provide you with someone. It seems the Lord is doing his part of the work. And you're neglecting.
The Lord brought me to you, and why can't you realize that I am here? I am your husband, Melanie Mac. How many different guys do you need? I'm right here in a bright yellow jacket. Why can't you see me?
Jesus took the wheel 15 hours.
Yeah. I said, Jesus took the wheel and drove me 15 hours to this convention. God, Melanie, what's wrong with you?
For perhaps, and she's spoken about this. Like her, she has very specific criteria.
He's a truck driver. He's
like, so what you're doing is
not all truck drivers are bad. My dad was a truck driver. A lot of good truck driver dudes out there.
That's a good truck.
Lots. Good. It's a good job. We have a lot of friends that are truck drivers. I think he's just a suspect person. I would say like his job is like the least troublesome part of
You want
him.
to pause that and hit some super chats and go back to it?
Yes.
Get a bunch
But
of
I
shares.
agree. He is suspect. I don't know if it's necessarily because he's a truck driver, but maybe you know a lot of suspect truck driver types. I think I just have sensitivity because my dad was a truck driver. My dad did it. Okay, Horace done. Thanks for the 5. So the lesson is don't stalk your crush. Well, that sucks. I guess you're safe, Chrissy. No, everybody if you like somebody, you're gonna like check them out online, of course. There's degrees of stalking, I guess. I mean, no, there's being a fan, following somebody. Yeah, and then there's what this guy's doing. Epic Mike. Chrissy's stalker guy voices the me. Oh, hi, Epic Mike. I'm gonna be your future husband. Actual Justice Warrior. Thanks for the 10. We misjudged this guy. He went wifey for Melanie, was confronted by some hot 24-year-old blonde who's going to break up with the creator she came with for him. But he said no to the hoe. Good man there. Yes, yeah. In this guy's mind, he's like, oh, I totally had a chance with this blonde girl. You know, she was checking me out, but I'm here for Melanie. So away, ye harlot. Spectral Citizen, thanks for the 10. Good morning, Chrissy. Good morning to you. NVIDIA. What's up, NVIDIA? Remember, if you're ever feeling awkward, then at least you're not this guy. True. David Carpenter, thanks for the 5. I feel I'm a bit awkward in social potential dating situations too, but this guy makes me look downright competent. He's just not living in reality. Yeah, it's normal to be socially awkward. It's normal to be nervous when you're approaching somebody you have a crush on. Like you don't have to be like Andrew Tate levels of suave here. But he's just like he's not doing himself any favors starting with that hat. Travis Jackson, he seems to think he's had some hits with the misses. Push-ups. What's up, push-ups? A book? No, dude, you go with comic books, right? Well, what's the thing? It's if it's a book about something the person has mentioned being interested in or wants to be interested in or wants to learn more about, then yes, that's great. I love all the books that I've gotten from people, i.e. comic books.
You got a lot of good comic books from push-ups.
I've gotten a lot of good comic books from push-ups, yeah. Like Batman, The Long Halloween, Kingdom Come, Batman Hush, Puss in Boots. No, Puss in Boots was mine. Woo! I didn't expect to be e-fapping the stalker, but I'm enjoying it more than I thought.
Keep going.
All these low value male in your mind, these low value males to
Wait, how did he get on this low value male track?
I didn't. And one particular one is the way that she uses Christianity as her marketing,
Marketing brand
tool, and
marketing.
also the way, like I said, she uses sex appeal. Well, she solicits the idea that
She uses sex appeal. No, she doesn't. When have we ever seen her tits? Like she's not tearing around in short skirts. She'd never. I would say she's not at all leading with sexuality. Like, yeah, she's hot. What is she gonna wear a burqa? Like, of course she has a cute face. She's gonna show her face, but she's not at all. Again, it's projection. Like he finds her sexy, so now he's using the fact that she's attractive against her because he's now can't handle rejection, so it has to be her fault.
Okay, yeah, sure, but at the expense of what? At the expense of all these suitors. Like how many suitors do you need before you decide to actually?
This is him going like, well, I guess I don't measure up. She didn't go for me, not because I went about it the 100% wrong way, but because in his mind, like he doesn't want to acknowledge like that he's not good enough. So he goes, oh, well, what do these other guys have that I don't? It's very twisted. He's like, none of this is hashed out. Woo.
Get a husband, because it seems like
it's like therapist's dream
Lord,
right here.
Provide you with someone. It seems the Lord is doing his part of the work, and you're neglecting yours for perhaps. And she's spoken about this. She's spoken.
The Lord. It's like the Lord brought me to you, and you dumb whore, you didn't go for it.
Yeah, sure, but at the expense of what? At the expense of all these suitors. Like how many suitors do you need before you decide to?
Judgy. He's so judgy.
Because it seems like if you're praying to the Lord to provide you with someone, it seems the Lord is doing his part of the work, you know, and
Oh.
you're neglecting yours for perhaps. And she's spoken about this. She's spoken about this. Like her, she has very specific criteria. And it's like, so what you're doing is you're kind of like trying to use all these low value male in your mind, these low value males to.
When has she ever described somebody as a low value male? I think that's projection. He is like, again, he feels rejected. And he's making it her fault.
A higher value male. Well, what are those low value? You know, they don't mean anything to you then, you know. I think that's crass. It's not, it's sinful, you know, to use people in such a manner. And it's problematic.
He just said that her being religious is a problem for him, but now he's using the frame of the Lord and religion to explain why she shouldn't have rejected him. Ugh.
In terms of like these things that Jordan Peterson talks about, simps and all that. You know, it's
driving 15 hours is a simp move, dude. Sorry to inform you, you are simp.
It's really marginalizing men, young men. And it's one of those things I would say, like, get the hell away from my boys, you know, get the hell away from my boys.
What boys?
You expect them to support you.
It's just you, a grown man in a truck.
For them all to sacrifice themselves just for so you can, you know, try and date Henry Cavill or something, you know. So you can create a value system around yourself that makes that you solely benefit from, and no one else does.
He's like, well, she just I guess Henry Cavill is her type, so fuck her.
So yeah, I was very sort of frustrated and annoyed by that regards. And with the Christianity, you're not supposed to use Christianity. And I went on her Discord in the way that she does. I went on her Discord. That was an aspect. That was a channel to speak with her. And I just kind of felt the people there were just there worshiping Melanie Mac. They weren't there for any sort of sincere belief in the Bible or to meditate on the Bible. It was there to speak to Melanie Mac. And
he hates the idea, and he's realized, like, he doesn't want to acknowledge, like, she has so many fans, and that really bothers him because he sees that as competition. Like, oh, everyone's just simping for her. They're not actually interested in religion in her. But it's like, you're not interested in religion, buddy.
And even people like Spider Dan, the sort of the moderator, I guess, they were completely aware of that, and I felt they were uncomfortable with it too. You know, you're not supposed to use.
He makes a lot of mental leaps.
And this was just people worshiping Melanie Mac, and I was like,
Henry Cavill is all of everyone's type.
It's profane. It's profane. It's using the word.
I'm not the only fan.
And
oh my God, what's going on my internet? I'm sorry about that.
And I also, you know, found aspects to her own.
Yellow Flash! This guy is very upset that he couldn't get Melanie Mac into his truck and eventually locked up in a shed. Oh, I guess it's not good for her brand to be locked up in a shed. It's not good for the brand to be screaming, "Let go of me." Boy. Okay. Yikes.
She's like a special someone. She's trying to make out this idea of being a husband is very important to her, yet she's been married, you know, and for some
another judgment. Oh, well, she's damaged goods. She's been married already. She shouldn't be so picky. Why isn't she going for me?
And she would give that, like, why her first marriage didn't work out was because she felt she had to support her spouse, right? And I'm like, well, you take that vow. Like, don't you understand the vow that you've taken before God, for your husband?
So really, you think it's okay for a wife to be financially supporting her husband the whole time? Yeah.
Before the community, you are taking a vow that you that you're taking a vow with the belief of God's love is blessing, is union, right? And who are you to feel that you are so special that you can betray God?
She is so special.
Or betray God's love for such a man.
Yeah, she's special. She's worth driving 15 hours. So let's figure out how much he spent in gas driving 15 hours. I mean, she's special enough for you to put her in wife category. Woo. He's so upset that, like, his just showing up wasn't a slam dunk home run for him. Like, she wasn't immediately like, who is this man?
Or you've already made a commitment to say that that's not what this union is about. It's not about being, you know, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer. You've taken that vow. It's right there. You know, like, so
yeah, taking it back doesn't mean something. It sounds like someone that, like, treated her badly and, like, wasn't pulling their weight in the relationship. That's boy. This man.
Melanie Mac, I will make an exception. You can betray me, betray your love. I do not mind. For Melanie Mac, it's just not. It's not kosher. It's not Christian. It's sinful.
Whoa.
That
Hold
being
on. Can we see how small his hands are? He has small hands. Look how small his hands are. Now I know the problem. Look at his hands are like my size.
Why does his pinky look as long as his other fingers?
He's got a long pinky. Let's get our hand analysis people on this right away. Let's do a quick palm reading. Let's see if we can see psychopathic tendencies in his palm. This is his right hand? No. Left. It's a long pinky. I feel like he doesn't have a lot going on downstairs, if you know what I mean. He's a lot of his insecurity comes from that.
betray me, betray your love. I do not mind. For Melanie Mac, it's just not. It's not kosher. It's not.
I bet he has dry
not
hands.
Christian,
He doesn't
it's sinful.
moisturize. Yep, he's itchy.
That being said, I'm not about to burn anybody at the stake, but it's something to think about. Well, how if she
A
felt
witch!
if she felt like the marriage was for her, what? First of all, what if the roles were switched and he was taking care of her? Should he have a problem with that? Probably wouldn't.
Small
So why
PP
is it a
energy.
problem for her?
Yes. This is why he married an Asian girl. Fealty gets it.
Red flag. It's definitely a red flag. And the way she gets so defensive about she doesn't like to self-reflect whatsoever because she knows it's not good for her brand.
Her brand.
For her
Ugh.
to admit anything about herself that doesn't sort of align with what
She has a
marketing
brand. And my brand is kidnapping.
herself as. It's not good for her brand. And she encourages part of that marketing is like to encourage a symptom, like have all these simps just throwing money at her. And this is something
Oh my
like
god.
I want to be in a strip club. I don't come here to watch a woman that I care
Do I have to turn off my
about,
internet, blow on it, and then
quite
try
possibly
again?
could love. I don't want to see her degraded.
It's because I'm going too fast.
Yeah, but he's too slow, so this is just the compromise.
Okay, sorry guys.
In such a way that there's
I got so at one point I tuned out on what he was saying. I was actually counting how many times this truck behind him was pulling in and out. I was like, wow, that guy really wants to
men
park
throwing money at
perfectly.
her. Nah, that's not right. That ain't kosher. That ain't Christian. And
Who are you to say
but she
what's
cultivates
Christian and
it,
what's not?
And it's like, and all you can think is like she's got this whole like sort of staff, like she's got these guys like Litchfield and Watley, and they kind of fill these roles of promoters. They fill this role of reps. They feel like these very, these.
What is he talking about? Her
Melanie
mods?
has a staff,
She has a staff?
according to him.
Probably just like mods who help her with her channel.
It's like saying me, Fealty, Nvidia, John Gross, we're all part of your staff.
Wow.
That's weird.
It is weird. It's like she is an entrepreneur. She's I would assume a small business owner. I think she does everything by herself. This guy hates the presence of any other dude as a fan or in her business. He's just like, ugh, competition. Oh, it's her brand.
He's very sort of
I want to be
sanctioned
her
industry
brand.
roles on creating
Again with
brand.
small hands. Look at this. He's like, I just want to wrap these small hands around her neck and explain to her why I would be a good husband.
Creating sort of a celebrity, and she has people who may actually be be receiving some sort of compensation from Melanie Mac, some kind of kickback. I don't know, but they're definitely
Kickback.
fulfilling a certain role that is like an established sort of marketing agency would normally sort of fulfill in the industry. And I'm like, are they doing it for free or what's going on? Because the way they talk about her is in such a heightened sort of state of adoration or admiration.
This Stalker
They
video
only
is brought to you by Walmart. Don't forget, we're
this
running a
idea,
sale in the
this is-
hardware
this is how
section.
important this
50%
person
off
is,
rope
this is
and
how-
duck. That's funny.
everyone should be like this, like these people, or it kind of creates this idea she's some kind of saint or something.
Yeah. He's not talking to enough people.
Someone in the chat said, go to settings. and
Like,
make them
oh,
lower
look at her,
resolution.
like
Help.
Okay. Resolution?
No, quality.
Oh,
Try 240.
he's going to be blurry. Uh-oh. Is my mouse dying? I I think my mouse is dying. Wake up.
Flowers for Algernon.
My mouse is dying.
What kind of batteries? Remember your computer's touchscreen.
What kind of batteries are in here?
Yeah.
I don't know. Small?
Remember your computer's touchscreen.
It is. You're right.
Give me your mouse.
Oh.
Give me your dead mouse.
He said, give me your mouse.
Oh shit! How do you open this?
I don't know how you open it. I haven't changed the batteries yet since I've had it.
A lot of people would say these people are losers. A lot of people would sort of, but not Melanie Mac. You know, she's cool with it because it's marketing. You know, because it's all good.
It's marketing.
You know?
It's a brand.
It's good to have fanatical people about your product. You know. Anyway, and once again, like if she's using that to barter this idea that she's gonna, you know, like to get a high value male.
What?
You know, like that's garbage. You know, you're just sacrificing people's good intentions.
Sacrificing people's good intentions.
It's not good.
Like,
and
because he had good intentions, that should be enough. Like, you don't need self-awareness. You don't care how she's receiving you. You don't seem willing to want to work on yourself or analyze your past relationship, where it went wrong, what you learned. Just your good intentions should be enough. And since they're not, oh, I guess I don't fit in with her brand. She's a superficial bitch. And she's just stepping on me to get to a high value man.
So that was something that was problematic to me. And the fact that she just doesn't want to self-reflect. The fact that she, you know, you tell her.
Oh, she doesn't self-reflect?
She says certain things in the Bible you're not supposed to do. No, according to her, there's ways to interpret.
Oh my God.
Those scriptures in her favor, and so she tends to try.
Yeah, Zach, his intentions seem pretty selfish to me.
Calls
Yep.
up the mom, you know, to like sort of cancel anybody
You'll
who's
fix
out
my
there saying,
mouth.
like you're wrong, you know, like you're wrong, and that's the great hypocrisy of what she's doing. You know, she engages this idea of cancel the cancel mob, you know, they're bad, and they tried to cancel me, and I'm doing this heroic work, this righteous heroic work, and she's employing the same exact things that these people are doing.
No,
she says,
she's canceling me by not being my wife. It's like she's using cancel culture to not get in my truck and drive away with me.
That are hurting her or hurting others. She's employing the same sort of tactics, you know, to create a brand.
The brand.
And you know,
drink every time he says brand.
People who aren't trying to hurt her.
This is the worst ad for Walmart.
We had. I thought things were going pretty good between us. We had some pretty. I thought it was.
Oh no, it's still not working. Maybe I'll make the resolution even less.
Ideas and some very creative sort of responses to her. Okay,
very low resolution now.
Creative responses to her post, and I felt good about those things, you know, and it was kind of hard to have to go back and delete all those, you know. It was really one of those things that it's hard because you're like all that time, you know, all that effort that all that, you know, that good intention and actually.
Should cancel this boner. Oh my God, this is on the lowest possible resolution. I don't know what else I can do. Make it slower. Let's make the playback speed 125.
You know, the thought that I put into a lot of that, you know, just didn't mean anything to this person, you know. I think that's very unfair, you know. It was like
Melanie, you were being very unfair to your stalker. How dare you?
The hardest thing about it was that, like, I'd spent 4 or 5 years sharing my friends, you know, it was like 5 years, sharing my friends. It was like going on 6. It dragged on for a couple of years after. It just really fell apart. It fell apart.
Oh, is he talking about his past relationship?
It went down slowly falling. The plane was crumbling.
Like, no, what actually happened, dude?
Falling apart. It was kind of. It was just tragic.
So he's probably like, oh, my relationship fell apart and I have no idea why, because I'm not self-aware and he doesn't communicate well.
So yeah, you know, all that time you're sharing your family, your friends, your body,
your body,
your money, your effort, all that, and you're creating this bond with somebody, a very intimate, a very sort of real bond with somebody, and then for them to say,
Melanie, I want to share my body with you.
You know, That's what it came down to with my ex-fiance. She felt her job was more important than I was. And she would tell me that at certain points in our relationship, and I just didn't know how to get out of it at those points, without really devastating myself, without being suicide, without it being a suicide on my part. I was like, I can't get out of this at this point, but you're telling me that your job is your priority. I'm not, and I wanted to settle down.
Oh, this guy has mommy issues.
In my late 20s, because I knew that stability was kind of important for success, like for my success, and I think for many men's success, is like you have that stable home that you can build on, And she just kind of pulled that rug out from under me when I went to college, because I went to college to create a better opportunity for us both. And she just would insist that no, you're doing this to hurt me.
That's true.
Oh, from NVIDIA. He's just mad that Melanie won't be his reverse sugar baby. It sounds like that. Yeah. Because in his past, the last girlfriend, her job was too important. So he's attracted to high earners. He's attracted to like people that make more than him.
And he's criticizing her for leaving the ex-husband.
Yeah. For paying for what's wrong for supporting your husband? What's wrong for like paying for everything?
He thinks Melanie Mac is his meal ticket.
Yeah.
He's criticizing her staff.
Yes.
He's obsessed with who's being paid.
He's attracted to her success. She wouldn't have come into his life if she wasn't successful. Damn. And he's offering her what? He's not hot. He doesn't have a great, like, what is the body? What's going on here with the body? Like, what? You can't figure out what color your hair is going to be. You're wearing wet hats. Like, dude, if you want to be a sugar baby, you got to bring a little more to the table there, Sean.
NVIDIA nailed it.
NVIDIA did nail it. NVIDIA is very wise. Oh, my God. I'm, like, enjoying this.
You're doing this to... like we talked about this, like your job is taking off. You're going up into the Fortune 500 companies.
What? His ex-fiance was working for a Fortune 500 company. You're doing great.
In a rut here, and I have to keep up with you, And so I'm going to, go back to college and try. No, you're doing that for yourself, And I was like, why do you have a problem with that? Like that's wrong for you to have a problem with that. And
what he's saying doesn't even make sense. It's like he's saying that she was upset that he wanted to go to college. No, I don't know. I feel like he's not being totally honest about what happened here.
And it just after that, it's like, well, what do I have now? I just gave all, all that stuff. What do I have? Nothing now.
The hat, I know. The hat's really throwing me off too.
Like, who do I look for now? I don't even know who to look for anymore.
I don't even know what to do.
So it was like out in the wilderness. You spend your time out in the wilderness.
This guy is just like my dad. Spends a lot of time alone. Thinks he's right.
And
I feel like this dude and my dad would be best friends, actually.
So,
everyone's fault, but ours.
It's just the worst feeling that
marketing.
Like that was good stuff. Yeah, that was good. That was good work I was doing. I was doing good work. And
doesn't it sound? Can you hear me? By the way.
Yeah, it sounds like you're coming in from space.
Oh, okay. Doesn't it?
Do you have a microphone? What are you talking through the computer?
It's I don't know if this is working. Doesn't it sound like he's saying so much, but he's saying absolutely nothing at the same time?
He's saying a lot of words, but he's not actually conveying anything.
Yeah.
He's like, I put in all this time. I was talking about his last relationship. Yeah, I was doing all this good work. What were you doing that was good? What were you contributing to the relationship? What was good about your relationship? What was bad about it? What would be like the same fight that you always had? He's not actually telling us anything. He's just like, oh, what was me? I was doing so great in the relationship, but she just ended it. She just pulled the rug out from under me.
Well, anyway, I think this is maybe a little bit better, a little bit lighter content than the last piece. I'm not certain. Like I said, it's important to be repentant.
What?
And
he's projecting.
Melanie Mac also, like if you're going to post things about forgiving people, if you're going to post things about,
why can't you forgive me?
About being Christian ethics. then you have to look at yourself. That's what the Bible's there for. That's what God's word is all about. It's talking to you.
Projection.
It's not talking to enemies.
Projection.
It's talking to. It's saying look inside yourself. You know.
I wanted to look inside you, Melanie, but you wouldn't let me.
All right, leave it at that.
Tonight on Piers Morgan Uncensored, one of the most fascinating and controversial polemics.
Oh, Sean. I went from, feeling bad for him to being like, dude, you're just aggressively not looking at yourself. Wow. You're in for a tough life if you're never in the wrong, you make no mistakes, you're not willing to like take another look at how you're doing things. Cause it's like there is a universe where he could be a okay guy.
No, there isn't.
No, not with that hat. Step 1, Sean, if you're watching, burn that hat. Don't look back. Just light it on fire.
Look, he's done a lot of great things. He's met a lot of good people. There's a lot of things in his life that he needs to make sure everyone hears about. He's just not going to tell you about any of those things.
He's going to take 45 minutes of your time, but you're not really going to learn anything about him. He did a lot of good work in his last relationship, but we won't know anything about what that was.
If he did another streams, he'd be like, oh, before I met your mother, I was in the army and I let a guy suck my dick. It's not gay, just like they say.
That's my dad, Frank's. That's my dad's story. If you're just tuning in, my dad let a man suck his penis 45 years ago and decided to tell me this May. And I'm still working it through. Travis Jackson, how long until this guy goes full Antifa? Oof. NVIDIA, could I be the problem? No, it must be Melanie. Yeah, it's that meme of like, no, it's the school children who are wrong. Oi. 200 Watt Studio. Is this the original video or a new one by this creep? I think it was the original.
Should we put the link in the chat?
We should put the link in the chat.
His comments were disabled.
His comments were disabled? Oh, shit. He must be getting a ton of comments then if he were to turn them off. Gabriel Knight, is this dude possessed? What's up with his eyes? He has serial killer eyes. Most of them are like that very, very light blue green. I didn't make that up. That's a scientific fact. Yellow Flash, does he live in that truck? I mean, truckers do spend a lot of time in their trucks. Again, nothing against truckers. It's just, it's a trucker plus he's not talking to any friends and he's not getting any therapy or help. So he's just not getting any other opinions other than like the one that's knocking around his noggin.
Some trucks have very impressive cabins that you could live in for small periods of time. Some even have little bathrooms.
Yeah.
But they all at least have like a sleeping area.
Yeah, sometimes it's like up over the top of the truck. Like that's what my dad would have, like, because he was a Teamster. And so you're working like 15, 17 hours sometimes. Yeah, it sounds like he's a cross country trucker. Is he in Romania? Who knows? I didn't see Andrew Tate back there. OG Rob. Holy hell, this guy has God level delusion. Hope Melanie is spending some time at the range. Yeah. As soon as she sent the video to us, like we watched it like right away, and she's like, I couldn't even watch the whole thing, but probably at this point she had to because she had to explain to the cops the deal. Ooh. Yeah. And everybody in her comments was like, get a gun. She's like, I have a gun. I very much have a gun. What's up, Crash? Chrissy, I have so many screenshots from this guy's Twitter accounts. Latest one is him replying to himself on separate accounts. Oh, no. So we've got a chat on our hands here.
Can Crash jump in and share?
Yes, Crash, you should come in.
Can you share those images?
Can you share the screenshots? Frank is going to send you a link. This was 15 minutes ago. Who knows if you're still here? Whoa, that's really bad. That's all that video was, is basically him replying to himself. Spectral citizen with stalkers, it's always their fault, not the stalker's fault. Right. It's Melanie's fault. It's her brand. It's her marketing. It's all her staff. Wow. And it's like he didn't even really, if you look at what he did, like creepiness aside, if you actually look at what he did and the moves he made, he barely made a move. Other than, yeah, like he drove 15 hours and he did stalk her. But if he didn't stalk her and he wasn't creepy, all he did was like ask her where to go for lunch. Just bad. Should have been less on the stalking, more on the in-person. Matt Hughes, WTF did this tool think? Yeah, what did this tool think was going to happen? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all. I think this guy thought that just by him showing up and introducing himself to her, like she was going to fall in love with him, and that just because he knows that he really liked her, and that's kind of all that matters. He's like, well, I really liked you. Why didn't this work out? I think you're attractive. I think you're great. What more do we need? He's just living in his own head. I mean, which we all do, but narcissism. Crash Mondo, he doxed himself. His house says he doesn't have the cash to be a sugar daddy. Really? NVIDIA did nail it. Wow. Always Red E. Thanks for the 10. This guy is a beta, but I guarantee you he thinks he's a sigma. Wait. Oh, that comes after beta. And thank you for making me giggle like that damn dog in the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Boy. Yeah, I mean, it seems like he has a job, but he's just socially not connecting the dots. No one of consequence. He's saying so many words, but he's saying so little. Sounds like Kamala Harris is his soulmate. Yep. And she could be his sugar mama. Flagrant trigger this is the type of guy that would fart out loud in front of you and make it your fault for stinking. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Oh, NVIDIA, you sent the link to Crash. Thank you. Woo! Oh, Sean. Stop stalking people. Burn that hat. Stop stalking people. I would say my advice to him would be like, go to more of these events. Talk to people in real life. Don't do all of your socializing online. He needs to just get in more reps talking to real people. Crash! Oh! Crash is here. Have you been following this Melanie Mac stalker?
I had like a long conversation with him on Twitter, like
No!
at night. Like
What?
it was
When?
crazy. A couple nights ago.
You reached
Then I
out
found
to
his
him?
main accounts. Huh?
You reached out to him like after the
It
video
was
came
it
out?
was like half trolling and half kind of asking questions, trying to get him to like
Okay.
see that, hey, dude, like it's really not cool what you're doing. 1 second. I'm moving the screenshots from my phone to my computer.
Okay. Crash was delayed due to getting dressed in some sexy merch. Yes, he's wearing a really great shirt.
Where can you get those shirts?
Where can we get those shirts? Flagranttriggers.com, of course. You can get the Make America Great Again, which is what Crash is wearing right now. In addition to other shirts. Is there a Walmart logo in the background?
Yeah,
That's
this is all
funny.
sponsored by Walmart.
This is sponsored by Walmart. Oh, you can't tell.
Yeah, I'm trying to find some.
And I'm just moving us around.
Apparently, I am faster than this stuff can upload.
It's
so
okay. I'm
there
doing
you
a
go.
great job at vamping.
But meanwhile, go to Twitter and look up Sean Sarto12. That's where we had a lot of the back and forth a couple nights ago.
Oh, it's still up.
Yeah, it's still up. He never deleted it. The only tweet that I saw that he deleted was one where he called some female a guy, and she called him out for it. She's like, "You just called me a dude."
It says this account doesn't exist.
Oh no! Did he take it down?
I know. Sean Sarto 12. This account doesn't exist. What about Sean Sarto 13? Has that been made yet? I think we have a pattern here. Oh, what about Sean Sarto 11? Nope.
Go to I mean, we can go to his Twitter, and a lot of the stuff was within the last month. You can find a lot of the stuff that he tweeted. I took screenshots.
Is this him?
That's his main account, and then he has a secondary account called Sarto Sean.
Protected. Should I call him? Get involved.
What? Yeah, you want his number?
I requested him.
Oh,
I feel like he's gonna stalk me now.
he might. He does show up in the replies of some of the people in this community.
I'll stalk him back.
Timeline.
I'll make him feel fucking weird. I'm gonna make this guy feel uncomfortable. Okay, no, yeah, this is Is he still responding to this?
Look up his old.
Oh, so this is he's responding to like hot girls with a lot of followers.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of his.
He's attracted to girls that have a lot of followers. I think, and he wants to be a sugar baby. We've decided. Wow. I can't see any of his tweets.
Bummer. Maybe I can bring it up. Yeah, my downloads keep failing.
I need to set up Sean with one of Frank's exes. I don't know. I would never do that to them. Oh, I'm so hungry. Yeah, I do secretly want Sean.
So, good news. He has no criminal record.
No criminal record? Okay.
Guess how old he is?
How 60? 55?
53.
He's 53?
Yeah.
Melanie, why don't you want a 53-year-old?
He lives in Florida.
He lives in Florida? How did you find this out so quick?
I have ways.
He has ways.
A lot of it he put out there. Like I said, he put his address out there.
Oof.
Some people figured it out just because in the video he said he just drive west down I-10. That basically puts him square in Jacksonville.
Okay.
So his address is just south of there.
You want his phone
and there happens to be a water bottling plant in that area.
We have his phone number. Oh man. I'm gonna be like, this is Melanie's assistant. She wants to schedule a marriage date with you. She wants to apologize. I am part of her staff. Flagrant wants me to call him. Oh man, you guys are not good. Should we call him? Hi, this is from I'm calling from Melanie Mac's office. Is this Sean?
You'd have to figure out what you're gonna say.
No, I think that would just like encourage him. I don't want to do anything that would encourage him to stalk her more.
Right. I'm almost ready to start sharing these. I'm just
okay.
Trying to make sure I don't accidentally dox myself.
Don't dox yourself. I'll be like, look, I'll just call him. I'll be like, you need to throw out that hat, Sean, and then just click. Sean, throw that hat away.
That's pretty funny. Just do *67.
I'd be like, this is Frosk from G4. Sean would like you to work for us.
Mr. Goodnight says he'll call him.
Oh my God. Call him, Mr. Goodnight.
Does Goodnight have the link to jump in?
Goodnight, you want to come in? No, he don't. No, don't. You don't call him. I'll patch you through to him. Uh-oh. My God, I have staff. What would I even say? Ask him if the Walmart truck ever parked. Oh, fuck. That is so funny.
Okay, I'm sharing now.
Okay. Oh God, this is from December. So he's getting the pre-Christmas sads. This is from
Oh, yeah.
December 21st. He's like, man, I thought I'd have a wife by Christmas, and it's not looking that way. Mel Mac, the Karn artist. December 28th. This is literally just 2 days ago. Jealous people are the eagerest to revise. What? Did
Yeah,
he
I
finish
told him
high
at one
school?
point that sometime, like I asked him like how much had he been drinking because he responds so emotionally that he puts stuff out there that it doesn't make sense.
This is Hope Nada Jones. Don't be a dick, especially not at Christmas time. That's the tweet. Don't beckon it then. Influencers
This
are
is a good one.
Satan's recruits
This is one of my favorites.
on Christmas Eve. Wow. This is actually late. Wow, so he's up at 4:30 in the morning. Influencers are Satan's recruits.
Oh yeah.
Especially ones with a brand. And now he's talking to Pammy, hot girl with hundreds of thousands of followers. Maturity is realizing someone's lack of effort is their lack of interest in you, regardless of what they tell you. If they wanted to, they would, period. Here's the thing. So I'm going to tell you what's what, Pammy. Here's the thing. Someone might make great efforts to show interest, like drive 15 hours, but if you aren't interested in them, it becomes stalking. Where was this insight days ago?
Right.
They will take advantage of my absence in your life. What? Again, this is 5:30 in the morning. His best tweets are like after 3 a.m.
Yeah.
2022. Some successes, some failures, like Melanie Mac. Chainsaw Man. Uh-oh.
This one was because I took this screenshot because Melanie Mac really likes the new anime called Chainsaw Man, so I'm believing that this is directly influenced
He
by
was
that.
trying to impress her on Christmas.
Yes.
This is where my ex-wife is buried. Chainsaw Man. I think in a couple years, Nick Rekitas could be reading his manifesto. Sean Sardo, car wouldn't turn over this morning. Panic, not the battery. Took me 5 hours to figure out it was the fob key. But heck yeah, money's back in the bank and I'm rolling. Feels so mint. Oh my God. Who says mint anymore? He's like living in the 70s. I don't know. He's 53, right? So yeah, he peaked at probably 95.
Yeah.
Feels so mint to get your wheels back up and running. A throne of wheels. Not today, Satan. Not today. She looks like a honeymoon. Off we go. Staying on mission. Was this from when he was driving 15 hours?
I don't think no, because I was confused by this. I wondered if he had a different target by this point.
Oh boy.
Because that was back at DebateCon and that was a couple weeks ago.
Oh boy.
Women here's a great one.
Sexuality when they couldn't accommodate all the men who wanted them at once. Melanie Mac created gays. You should check out Melanie Mac's fans going after me like an anthill. Is he the anthill? Who is the anthill? Is he the hill or is he the?
He's claiming that we're all ants. All of Melanie's Sims are ants.
I don't think it's just cheating. I think it also ties into rejection. I've had many experiences where women have shown an interest in me, but when I reciprocate, they withdraw. I liked you before I knew you. It goes both ways, though. Like that blonde girl who was checking me out. Intuition many times is just projection, and that can be devastating because it is withholding love and trust which has been initiated. He has a huge rejection complex. I think he has mom issues from his childhood. So like he is bad at rejection. Any rejection from a female fucking sets him off.
So for context, he was responding to a tweet that was asking the question, what's the worst thing a woman can do to a man? And the obvious answer that a lot of people would put is cheating. And that's where he
for him it's rejection. Yeah.
Yeah.
She does, as you do, who lusts after her. She does nothing more than bargain with her own devils to suit her vanities, you lukewarm garbage of a soul. Don't test the Lord's will. This is at 4 a.m. Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Profane is the word, a slur upon kindness and fellowship. She does, as you
Oh
do,
yeah, that's the
who
same tweet.
lust. Okay, holy cow.
Yeah.
Okay, this is in response to that Star Wars girl tweet. Make Marvel male again. Romance is dead. Let the damsels save themselves. Oh my God, he's responding to
Yeah.
Anna a couple times now.
Yeah.
He's responding to a tweet. Rather a sausage fest than a boring taco bash. True. Wish I was around people who cared less about imaginary things.
Yeah, I took
These are great.
yeah. I took a few of these just to document which timelines he's been on, whose replies he's been into to warn the girls that you might want to preemptively block him.
Whew.
You know, because at some point he may pick a different target for his effect.
I hope it's me.
Oh,
She's
here's
the
a good one.
best little devil I know, though.
This is back in December 6th.
Okay.
So yeah, this
Ew.
is a long time ago. Like this account alone has 1,000 tweets and it's less than a month old.
For someone who's so against religion, he sure uses the words devil and Satan a lot.
Yeah.
Something went wrong.
Yeah, I think this is it. This was the 15 hours.
This should be on his tombstone. Sean Patrick Sardo, something went wrong.
Oh,
Seriously,
this one
Lord,
right here.
demon or whomever in all your disguises, stop getting my hopes up. I know you really want to tell me goodbye. I know you really want to be your own girl. Ooh. Yeah. A man posting song lyrics is like that's so feminine.
Let's see. That's just this house. That's the backside. He put in his
shower stall almost complete. Needs cap, a shelf and hook on the inside. Next is piping and faucet housing install. I think I'll do one of those circular curtain rods off the shower head. I can't wait for Melanie Mac, my wife, to shower in this outdoor shower.
With me.
With me.
Let's see. Woo. Oh, here's a good one.
Yes, he is acting like a high schooler. I think he is like emotionally developmentally disabled from high school on.
Yeah.
He's acting like a high schooler who just realized girls aren't that into him and just got dumped. Oh. When God wants you with someone, this will definitely happen.
Let's see. Some of these aren't.
Oh, from Mike Abraham, lock his arse up immediately. Oh. I don't know if he needs to be locked up. He just needs to like not be reaching out to girls all the time.
Trying to find the one where he responded to himself. I seem to have misplaced that one. But yeah, there's one where on that one alt account, he literally responded to his main account. And I'm like, that's psychotic.
Yeah, I'm wondering, why did he build an outdoor bathroom?
That's a good question.
That's something like, that's like a Dexter move. You know what I mean? Like, I need to wash off the bodies outside.
Let's see. That's
Aaron Howard. Hey, Chrissy, what is your advice to someone
who's
trying to move on from a crush who does not share their feelings but still wants to be friends? Is this for you, Aaron, or for our friend Sean here? Advice for someone who's trying to move on from a crush who does not share their feelings. But I would say if you are really crushing on them, you need to give yourself some time, like really away from the person. Like try to unfollow or at least like not look at their stuff for like, give yourself a month to like really cut off just so you can like break that habit of thinking about that person. I would start with no contact for a month.
Yeah, this isn't related to Melanie, but this is the one where he literally responded to himself. It's really strange.
So OG Sean Sarto says, "Stoked, I won," and it's just
he's literally using a leaf blower on a fire, and I think some embers came after him. I think that's what he's talking about. He won the fight against the embers. It's so
against the fire.
bizarre.
Okay,
yeah.
And then his other account, Sarto Sean, wrote, "Working."
Yeah, I still don't understand what that means.
This is troublesome to me. And this is happening all yesterday. Yesterday, he's responding to himself on Twitter. This is yesterday as well. Whereas many would come to you when in need, you would not offer comfort to one.
He's speaking directly to Melanie.
Yes, to Melanie. Melanie, you did not comfort him. How dare you?
Oh, this one right here. I think this is the one that.
Okay, what? Somebody with
So
nails that look like vaginas. This image
yeah,
was posted on Mel's Twitter. She responded, "Now I've seen it all." I responded, "Puts the man and in manicure." A sexual innuendo, but suggesting no kind of proposition. Mel can't remember? I wonder what else she can't remember. Oof. Oh
and
no.
he actually he said she tried to imply it was a selfie. I think Melanie said that she thinks that there was one interaction on Twitter, and that might have been what set him off. I think it was that tweet that I think she might have like liked it or said something in response, and I think that interaction is what
Okay.
gave him the idea that, oh, she's totally into me. I gotta
We
go
have a
for it now.
rapport.
Yeah.
We are engaged on Twitter. This image was posted on Mel's Twitter. She responded, "Now I've seen it all." I responded, "Puts the man and in manicure." A sexual innuendo, but suggesting no kind of proposition. Mel can't remember? I wonder what else she can't remember. She tried to imply it was a selfie. Ugh, he's just putting way too much significance on a single Twitter interaction.
He shadow banned like Britney, by the way. All of his stuff shows up like this, even if
Really?
it's innocuous. Every media that he posts puts this warning on it automatically.
Yikes.
All right, that's what I got.
Wow, pretty comprehensive, Crash. Very, very enlightening.
I wish that other account was still up because it was a fabulous conversation. I was
Deshaun Sarto 12.
Yeah. I'm really sad that he.
I feel like this is the plot of Split. Oh fuck! All right. Yeah, it's
like
just too many things. It's like the
Yeah.
stalking and the multiple Twitter accounts and the lack of self-awareness and the narcissism.
Yeah, and I imagine a lot of his tweets got reported. I mean, I reported him obviously as soon as Melanie posted it, so I'm guessing Twitter took him down.
Oofers. Crash, I'm sure you've had what do you think if you were gonna give advice to the men in here, how they should like let's say someone in here has a crush on Melanie Mac or like let's not use Melanie, let's somebody else. What is like how should you go about approaching somebody that maybe you're a fan of rather than what Sean did?
Well,
You're just like, "Nah, don't."
yeah, that's probably best. The first thing to realize is that the relationships via the internet that you've never met, they're parasocial. They're not really social until you've actually met the person in person. So if you have a crush on someone, I would say just show up to a con and just see if some sort of socialization actually happens. Like with you, Chrissy, I've gotten to know you a bit because you like to hang out with your fans, and that's been great. So if something like that happens,
friends.
yes. So if something like that happens, then yeah, best of luck, shoot your shot. But when it comes to like, you're just some rando on the internet, and until you become more than that, don't bother. You're just gonna freak them out.
And also, like, it just don't make it so important. Like, he came at the whole situation with like an intensity level of like a 9, and he should have been like at a 1. Like,
Yes,
don't make it
exactly.
so important because you give that. I'm sure he was giving off that energy of like it's so important. Ugh, I don't know. He just was really out of touch with himself, with others. And like let's say you really do think you have a shot with somebody online. Well, it's like also pursue other women so that it doesn't seem like this one person is so important that their rejection is going to completely floor you.
Exactly.
Chrissy, what advice would you have to give to fans who just want to become friendlier with you, like in person if they come to a show?
Oh, just say hi. Be like,
That's
if
it?
you liked like something that someone did, or like an album, or a joke, or there was a moment at a live stream that you thought was funny, like have a genuine compliment is good, just so like oh, this person like watches my stuff and you can place them somewhere. It's like, oh, like I always like when people go, hey, like they'll come to a show and be like, oh, I know you from Friday Night Tights, or like I saw you on Tim Pool, or like then you go, okay, you're in this sort of like realm of fan. You probably have these interests, and you can like place them that way. Or like, oh, I'm a Brittany Venti fan. Then you're like, okay, you're probably into this kind of a thing. Look at your dog. Oh, he ran away. Your dog looks like a little raccoon. Anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, I put my camera out of focus. Darn it. Oh well.
You had it on Sean mode.
That's right.
More PPs. DB, Christy, could you set him up with Renfamous? Ugh, I think she probably blocked me again. Watch out, Anna. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say Anna and Krista Nova are the two replies that I've seen them hit up. So
really,
you can get word to those two to just look out. Like he's made all of his accounts are Sean Sarto, and it has either a number or Roman numeral after it.
Okay.
So they're easy to spot.
Papa Towns.
Either that or Sarto Sean. But he
better
used, and that's his real name, obviously.
Yeah, it is. He should have thought of a pseudonym. Jefferson C. Post. Why does he sound like Strong Bad when you quote him? Because that's the voice I do. The email. Wow, Mr. Goodnight. You look like you are in on the set of Avatar 2.
Pretty much.
What is going on?
I'm on a satellite because I think something's going on with our internet right now.
Oh. Like your internet or the people's internet?
It's got to be something in our area because if yours is being affected, mine's being affected. So now I'm bouncing off of a satellite. So I don't know. I'm actually going to have to check.
Ooh, mysterious. The manifesto will be called Wheels or No Wheels. Thank you, Porch. Vagabundo Devon, debating on seeing your show in my hometown in SD. My dad's B-Day weekend. P.S. That dude better not drive through Georgia and I find out. Ooh. What show are you talking about? Aaron Howard. That question was for me. I appreciate you, Aaron. Yeah, I would just say like do no contact for a month. You gotta just like reset yourself. Did you guys hear about Kirk Cameron, his situation? Let me pull this up here.
Wait, were you gonna do the call or no call?
Oh, the call. I don't know.
New York is a single, what's it called, state. So only one person has to say it's okay to have it recorded.
I don't know. I don't want to make him like stalk anybody more. What do you guys think?
I don't know if there's a troll or if it's really him in the chat. It's probably a troll, right?
I don't know. I'm leaning towards not wanting to call him.
I don't know. With this internet thing going on here, might not be able to. Hold on.
Oh, yeah, so provoke. He's not a stable person.
Yeah, this is weird.
Maybe he should just work on himself. Kirk Cameron.
That is Sean.
Kirk Cameron declares a win over two public libraries.
Sean Sarto's in the chat.
The real Sean Sarto's in the chat?
I already muted him.
Oh, no.
I already
You muted him?
I can unmute him.
No.
No. Sean, we need to know, did the truck ever park? Did the Walmart truck?
All right, Sean, you're free to speak.
See, at this point, call him. He's here.
Should we call Sean?
Yeah.
Let's get some.
Do it.
In the chat already.
He's in the chat. Maybe he doesn't want to talk to us.
He's trying to gaslight, saying you never
Sean,
tried
should we
to
call
get me
you?
on Twitter.
I don't see him responding. This is so funny. Wow, look, see? Has just here listening? Okay. I don't even know if it might not be the real him.
It's him.
Well, I'm
Should we send him
standing
the
by.
link?
Lydia's saying she already did.
Oh God. Oh boy. Okay. Maybe he'll grace us with his presence. I wanted to talk about Kirk Cameron. Okay. Kirk Cameron declares a win over 2 public libraries that denied him story hours but have now caved. I guess he's getting a lot of shit. He wrote a faith-based kids book. This is pretty interesting. In comments to exclusive. In comments to Fox News Digital over the weekend, actor and writer Kirk Cameron declared that he has won against 2 public libraries in this country that previously denied him the space and opportunity to hold a children's book story hour program in their facilities. He should have dressed up in drag, then he would have had no problem. That are now offering to work with him on room bookings after he challenged their denials and threatened to assert his rights in court.
Sean's at work.
Sean's at work?
But he's listening.
But he's listening.
Give a message for him.
Sean, you got to throw that hat out. That you got to take that straw hat, just put it right in the trash. That's step 1. Step 2, I don't know. I would say maybe. Well, that's the thing is like you're 53. You're probably not going to want to go to therapy, but you might need to go to therapy. Like just to like start to get a sense of how to relate to people. Because I think you have previous issues, like maybe from we all have issues from our childhood that we need to work on. But in order to have a good relationship or a spouse or whatever, like you got to address the shit from your childhood. And I don't think you've done that. Just based on how you go about meeting people from the internet. Also, yeah, you're coming off creepy, dude. You might think you're like putting yourself out there and you're doing what you need to do to like connect with somebody, but it parked. Oh, it did? Okay, good. All right. Yeah, I'm not trying to be overly a dick here because I know you're a real person, but you're coming off a little kidnappery. And you got to be chill. You got to have it. If you're trying, I don't know, maybe don't try to meet anybody from the internet for a while, but like, don't have it be so damn meaningful. Like, have other shit going on in your life. And keep in mind, like, you might feel like you really know someone really well from the internet, but they don't know who the fuck you are. So you have to approach it like, dial it back to like a 1. Whew. All right. I don't know. Yeah, I would just say throw that hat out. I'm not interested. Oh, you're going to be interested. You're going to be my husband, Sean. I'm coming for you. I'm going to drive 16 hours. I'm going to beat your record. So much for romance. No, I'm at work. I'm coming to your work. Stalk me instead. Give me that green card. Yeah, I'll be your sugar mama. I'll pay for all your shit and I won't complain. Boy. That's funny. Don't be creepy. Yeah, lose the hat. I would say lose the hat. Step 1. Or not. Or maybe, you know what? I'm done. I'm done trying to help people. Live your life. Let life serve you up the same lesson over and over again and then see what happens. I look awesome. Okay. I feel like you're not even a real person.
It's really him.
I don't believe it.
Chrissie, it's really him.
Okay. Well, he's not impressing me. Okay. The libraries, both of which held drag queen story hours in their facilities. Dude, you gotta throw the hat away. Sean, if you take nothing else away from this broadcast, throw that hat away. It was a straw hat. It got wet. And then you were like, I'm going to reshape it. No, you need to start over. You need to get a new hat if you really love those kind of hats. Why throw away things you like? You have to, when it comes to things that are on your body that make you look worse, you have to throw them away. Or I don't know if that hat has sentimental value or something, like maybe put it in a lockbox. I don't know. Throw it away. What? Hang it up on a wall. Don't put it on your head and then wear it out in public. It makes you look worse. Anyway, you got some fans in the chat. Dustin's fan. You are literally streaming about an individual's reputation. What is that? Is that what I'm doing? I'm giving my opinion. I don't really know your reputation. I'm just learning about you through this stalking thing.
I mean, you do put it out there, so it's free game to anybody.
It is.
Welcome to the internet.
Welcome to the internet. Sean is turning on us and calling me creepy. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm trying to put it lightly. Oh my God.
Let's get you on the phone, man.
You're a sweet girl. Oh no, grammar.
Call. Tell good night or you to call him.
Good night.
I got it.
Call Sean. Okay. Oh man.
Hopefully this comes through.
Your YOU''RE.
Ooh. Up standby. Still having. Wow, are a lot of systems down or something?
The system is down. Dumb.
Hold on.
This is a watershed.
I'm sorry, I can't do that for you, Dave.
Travis Jackson, maybe a watershed moment for him. Yeah, I mean, like, no amount of advice can help someone who doesn't have self-awareness.
Oh, wait, you know what? I was just thinking. So how would I patch my sound into here?
Chris, you'd have to call with your phone using *670.
Lucifer the Doberman, it always seems like these stalkers are not living a life that would attract the people they are obsessed with. You need to make yourself the best that you can be. Women will find you if you do that. That's great advice. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to read.
It's all right. I'm like losing interest in this person fast.
I was in middle work, so I was like, wait, hold on, let me switch my stuff on.
No, it's okay. I just think not everyone can be helped because you have to want to be helped.
Absolutely. You know
I
what?
know a lot of girls, Sean, that I could introduce you to. A lot of potential wives, not named Melanie Mac. Horace Dunn, you mean you don't know who I am? But I'm your biggest fan. I promise I'm not a stalker. I haven't had a stalker in a while. Always ready. He's a hook hand away from being a teen movie killer. Boy. It's like a wife to me. What, your bad hat? Oh my God. I wish you were funnier. I wish you were funnier, Sean. I wish. It could be so great if you were even just a little bit funny. Sean, you can be my wife. See, we got potential wives in the chat.
Waifus.
No, Dustin said he could be his wife.
Yeah. Sean, how do you feel about 76-year-old men who live in Naples, Florida? You could be friends with my dad. Okay. Black Sun. I can't tell if Chrissy looks like an old woman cosplaying as a little girl or a little girl cosplaying as an old woman. Hey, whatever you prefer. Cosplaying. Why? Is this like an old lady sweater? I like this.
Like to me.
It's like a holiday.
That might be a reference to the tweet where the storm kind of started with Melanie posted the that tweet with her in jeans and the sweatshirt.
Oh.
And he was like, "Why are you?" Yeah, he called it pedo bait.
Oh yeah. Ugh. You have the wrong number.
You sure?
The challenge.
I don't know. He's not that interesting. Just put out more videos and we'll dissect them.
There we go.
Yeah, that's a great plan.
I like that.
Do another 40-minute manifesto. Sean.
Yeah, I would say, Sean, you need to really work on your in-person interactions. Talk more in person, like when you're waiting at in line at the deli or whatever at happy hour. Like, just practice talking to women and don't only just be talking to people online because that's not real.
Yeah, it definitely comes off as a little bit of the creeper vibe.
Don't be creepy. Don't be too much. You gotta
I think you got potential.
You gotta be humble too. What were you saying? Good night.
I'm saying I think he's got potential there. Just everybody's got a good heart, and I like to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Mhm.
So I just say, you know what, fail with a couple of women. You know what I mean? Go up and just fail over and over and over again, and get that learning experience. You get the learning experience, and then go for it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Don't
I
take it all so seriously. Like, don't you really need to embrace rejection. That's like part of being an adult
embrace that suck, baby.
and dating. Like, yeah, just be like, yeah. Not saying you have to turn to one of these guys. It's like, it's a numbers game, man. But like, don't take it all so personally. You do know there are legal requirements for making an accusation of felony stalking. Is that what I'm doing? Did I say
No,
it?
you're calling him a stalker.
Yeah.
You're not saying he's a felony.
We're not
stalker.
accusing you of anything, just saying you're a stalker.
15 hours
Yeah.
looking for her car.
Looking for her car.
I don't know. That sounds like the legal
Very
definition of
strong.
stalking or
Yeah.
unwanted attention. So
I
Enough
think
to
the best
grant
way
it was enough to
not
grant Melanie a restraining order.
I think the best way to not be
yeah,
called a
more than
stalker is
enough.
to not do stalker type shit.
Works
Matthew
for
Phillips,
me.
have you noticed a decline of meeting fans who are less likely to stalk you since you got together with Frank? Actually, I have. I think Frank keeps a lot of men away.
Pimp Daddy filing cabinet.
Yeah, we've
got
been
it
together
down,
the
baby.
whole time. We've been together like 8 years. So this is hard to answer because like he's been here the whole time. Do, 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 do. You know, it's not just the driving all that way that makes you a stalker. It's the videos, it's how you sound, it's how you're coming off. You lack self-awareness. You don't seem to be concerned with other people's like impression of you, how you're being received. It's all about you. You're like, "Well, I like this person, so that should be enough." It's like, dude, you got to get outside your head a little bit.
Yeah, just be a little bit more self-aware. That's all. It's you're trying to meet someone that you only know online. It's one thing to see someone. It's a whole other thing to actually talk to someone, interact with someone. Um, you get to read their vibes, and if you can't read their vibes, and then you're coming across strong, it's you might have the best intentions in the world, but if they're not perceiving that, and you're already setting yourself up for failure. You don't want to do that. No
Mhm.
one wants, especially if you're coming from a good place. You're coming from a place where you want people to know what you feel, and then all of a sudden you have all this rush of emotion, and you go about it in a different way. Now they're going to interpret you as a stalker or a creeper or someone who's unstable. And if you don't want to put out that vibe, you got to take that time and invest in yourself to be able to say, okay, listen, maybe I'm going about this wrong. Maybe I need to learn a couple of things so that way I can be more approachable and not come off as such, you
Yeah,
know?
it's like, how would you feel, Sean, if like some random squirrely girl from the internet who's 20 years older than you stumbled across a video of her talking about you and be like, "Well, this is my future husband here." Like, imagine there's a 75-year-old woman talking about you as you're her future husband. You'd be a little weirded out too. So that's what Melanie is feeling.
Unless
And
that's
she's
your
like,
kink.
but he liked one of my tweets. I need to go meet him. We need to be together." And you'd be like, "Oh shit, you're 75. Like, what the fuck are you doing, lady?" That's what's going on for her. That's defamation.
It's not
I don't think you know what
defamation
that
when,
word means.
I don't
yeah,
think he knows what defamation is.
that's not defamation when the general
Aw,
census
cute though.
of everybody is all the same. That's not defamation, man. Sorry.
But you also need to have fame to defame.
Right.
There has to be money that's being lost.
There's a fame part that's part of defamation.
Absolutely.
Good try though. Mark Wilkins, I have noticed a lot of threats, intimidation tactics carried out on YouTubers swatting to shut them up. Do you think this emotionally fragile man was sent to scare her off the air? Maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist. No, I just think he's very out of touch with his own emotions and how to interact with people.
Yep.
Travis Jackson.
And it's okay to be a
looking for her
conspiracy theorist.
car, Sean. That is something that middle schoolers figure out is not okay. True. Yeah, the thing to do would be like go to the event, enjoy the event, usually the people wait in line to meet people after the event. That's okay. Asking for a selfie, that's okay. Being like, "Hey, I
Yeah.
really liked your work in XYZ," that's okay.
In
But,
public
like,
spaces, go to
watching
public
somebody in their
spaces.
car is not good.
Yeah, not at all. Let me put it this way: from a person who, I don't know, maybe coming from the law enforcement anti-terror side of things, if I saw you doing that, it would raise suspicions on my side. And if it's raising suspicions of reasonable doubt, that could be an issue. That could be a serious issue. So perhaps you might not want to do that. You might want to go to, just like Chrissy said, go to a public event there. Go to the meet and greets. Go to things where fans are there, and then
Yeah,
go
the meet
from
and
there.
greet
You
doesn't
you
happen in
don't
the
go.
parking lot. It's not like it
Yeah,
doesn't start as soon as the person rolls up. Like, that's not the meet and greet.
it's not the best strategy.
Ugh. I mean, I feel for you, buddy, but it's like you gotta revise your tactics a little bit.
And I'm giving the man the benefit of the doubt here. I think he's trying to come from the right place here. Just not the right way to go about it. That's all.
Yeah. Just imagine you're in her position and there's a woman 20 years older than you that, like, is being very extra, like, coming on too strong. And then you're like, "Oh, look at all these tweets, look at all these videos." You'd be like, "Yikes."
Exactly.
And not that age gaps are bad. If two
No.
people are
Nothing
into
wrong
it,
with age.
But I'm
Age
just
is a
trying
jump
to,
of a
like,
number,
yeah.
baby.
put it in
Absolutely.
perspective.
But most
Right.
people are not about that.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you, so don't be surprised when Melonie is not into you,
And the world has
especially when she's
changed
never
too.
met you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the world has changed a lot. I mean, if you go back into like, I'd say like the 50s, the 60s, maybe approaching into the 70s here, it was a different time where people didn't know as many people. We are so connected by the internet now that you have what, almost 8.2 billion people on the planet. You go onto Twitter, you go onto Facebook, you know everything that's going on. There's no more personability anymore. So now if you factor in this 8 billion people and everybody's reaching out to you, unfortunately, in our world, some people have malicious intent. So if you want to think about it from a way to where she has to protect herself from people that are actually malicious. So with 8.2 billion people out there, it wouldn't be a bad thing for her to question everything and
Mhm.
ensure that her safety is there. If you're a true fan of her, if you actually care about her well-being, then this is something that's important to you. And if it's not important to you, then you're not coming from a place of goodness, man.
Yeah, you have to
It
put yourself in
sucks.
her shoes. She's like, what, 5'4", 100 and something pounds? You know what I mean? She's like a small girl. She's single. You have to have your head on a fucking swivel at these public events because you don't know if someone's trying to hurt you, put a
And it's
trank
sad.
dart in your neck. Like,
Yeah.
you literally have no idea. You have to constantly be surrounded by, like, people you know and friends. And, like, she had these dudes walk her to her car because you just don't know. Like, yeah, you're an example of somebody who made yourself be known with these behaviors, but you have no idea, like, if there's people who aren't making videos, like, professing their
Right.
like for
Right.
somebody. It's not to sound like a fucking dumb feminist, like, oh, like a man hater, but it's like you do have to be careful when you're like a small lady going to these things.
Yeah, man. I'm not sitting here trying to shit on you or shit on your game. I'm just saying change the game up. That's all. Change your game. Change your game, and let me tell you, your results are going to be absolutely different from than having three people on
Why
the internet
why
comment on
did you get
your
her a book
shit.
about Ireland if you're into Ireland? That's your thing. Like, that's so weird to me. Like, I feel like it doesn't even matter who she is. Like, you don't know anything about her.
Except for what you see on the internet, and what you see
Ugh,
is sometimes not what you get.
it's not
So
real.
exactly.
Also, I want to
Best
address
of
like
luck,
the
though.
post rejection like crap, dude. Like, don't be creating 20 plus alt accounts
No, that's not a
and
good look.
then just
That looks sad.
flaming her on every single one of them, and to the point where she feels like she had to do what she did to you, which was publicize it. And
Yeah,
then
getting blocked is
you
a
had
sign
to
that you
deal
gotta
with that
move
shitstorm
on.
out that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and making 20 plus alt accounts and thinking that none of those accounts are traceable back to you is probably not a good thing to do.
Yeah. Not good. It's like take a break. I don't know, maybe a few months you see her at an event, like, but the way you went about it was all wrong. You don't like keep making accounts because it's like, well, dude, you're not caring about her or her boundaries or what she wants at that point. It's like you're being really selfish. It's all about you. You're like, oh, she blocked me. Time to make another account. It's like, what do you think a relationship's going to be like? Dude, there's two people in this. And it's very
Absolutely.
fucking creepy to be heard on a video going, well, that's my wife. That's my future wife. Like, don't say shit. That kind of shit makes you sound like a fucking stalker, dude.
Exactly.
Say, oh, I'm a fan of this person. Don't say this person could be my future wife. That's fucking weird.
Absolutely. No one wants to have that feeling of fear. Okay? And no one if you're coming from a place of goodness, uh you personally don't want to give fear that fear feeling to anybody else. And again, I believe that's where it's coming from, you know? So with that being said,
Yeah, and I know
you don't want to pass that
you don't
on. That's the
identify
problem.
as a stalker. I know you don't wanna be seen as a stalker, like, you're trying to rationalize how what you did is not stalker behavior because you're saying as long as a person isn't being disruptive or threatening, that's not stalking.
But see, that's
Like,
the
in your
problem right
mind, you're
there.
like, "Well, I wasn't
Right.
shoving her into the back of my van, so what I did was okay." No, what you did was not okay. Like, no, you're not gonna get I don't know, you might not get arrested, but, like, you made her feel uncomfortable, and if this is someone you supposedly care about, don't you care about making her feel uncomfortable? What's
And
wrong here
furthermore,
is that you
yeah,
don't care about the fact that you made her feel uncomfortable. Like, that's what's concerning here. You don't seem
and
to care what women's impressions of you are.
absolutely, and that's the thing. I mean, the mere fact you said, as long as you're not being disruptive or threatening. This woman had to take time out of her day to post your video, okay?
Mhm.
Your video about all of this mess. Obviously, that's disrupting her life, okay? If you're being that much of an intention getter to be able to disrupt someone else's life to the point where they have to reach out to law enforcement. You see this is the whole thing that Chrissy's talking about here, is that you have to change up your perspective, bro. You're not listening to what three people here, including Melanie herself, are saying to you. The mere fact that you even said that this isn't being disruptive or threatening, or not even stalking for that matter, is a little bit concerning to me, because that's telling me that you are not taking in information that other people are giving to you.
Yeah.
That's a
Like,
little
maybe
scary,
it's like,
man.
if you're triggered by the word stalking, like, okay, like, you're being fucking creepy. You're doing things that are turning her off as a potential friend, as a potential fan, as a like, let's slow our roll. Like, let's back off from wife. Like, even if you guys were gonna be friends, this is not how you go about becoming somebody's friend.
Yeah, it sounds.
Absolutely.
It says that he went right up. It's like he's trying to defend. It's like you're trying to defend on a technicality. You're saying that I
Yeah.
went right up to that limit of what would be considered stalking. That's what I hear.
Yeah.
But
Listen,
it
it's
wasn't
not about
technically stalking. I didn't
exactly.
threaten her. I didn't actually kidnap her.
As soon
Right.
as you are on a video saying, "That's my future wife," like, sorry, you've catapulted yourself into sounding like a stalker.
Exactly. And the thing is that I think you're missing is it's not about your perception. Okay? It's never about your perception. It is what everybody else's perception is. If Melanie's perception is that you're coming across as a stalker, then that is the perception. If she goes to law enforcement and says, "Hey, this person is stalking me," that's her perception. Okay? So when um taking in this perception, it is going to get you in trouble. Okay, if you don't heed the suggestions of us three, and including Melanie, you're going to get yourself in a bind that you're not going to like.
Yeah. You have to care about what people's, impression of you is. That's how
Absolutely.
that's human interaction.
You know
She was
how they
not
say,
uncomfortable at the event by her own account. Okay,
Was by
then
the
we're
end
all
of
just
it.
making this up. Yeah,
Hold
she
on.
had
Yeah,
a great
shoot.
time. All those videos and tweets that she put out, that's all. None of that. That's all meaningless, Sean. Yeah, she had a great time. We're all just
We're just shooting the
making
shit
shit
here.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You know, it's funny that you keep on defending yourself, okay? And I'm not, again, man, I'm really truly not trying to shit on you. I think us as we've been
This is rich.
My
rejected
video
by
is constructive criticism. Wait, so
that
you're
no.
criticizing Melanie? She needs do you think she really needs constructive criticism? Dude, she doesn't owe you shit. Like you got to be a little bit humble.
You want to know what would have kept you from being called a stalker, Sean? Not doing that video and not creating 20 plus Twitter
Right.
accounts and harassing her at every moment.
Hers was defamatory with intent to do harm. No.
Yeah, you still don't know
I'm
what that word
sorry.
means.
How?
Yeah, no. There is no defamatory remarks or statements there, buddy. Sorry. You can go and check that with the lawyer.
It was cordial.
Maybe in your perspective it was cordial.
That's the thing is
Okay?
like everything else you did was not cordial. The videos, the things you were saying were not cordial. Like maybe your actual face to face didn't seem like much, but because you did all those things, because you left the card, because you said that you wanted her to be your wife in a video, all of that together adds up to not cordial.
Exactly. That's the thing, man. Like approach is everything. Perspective is everything. You don't go up. Oh.
The hat. See, if you can't listen to me on the hat, you're hopeless, dude.
Yeah, you're
Now
trying
bring
to
up his
go.
next comment. She had fun. I had fun. Really did.
She had
Wow.
fun. I had fun. Ugh.
I've heard that defense
Dude,
before.
you're gonna be alone for the rest of your life if this is truly your attitude. Like you need to care about how other people perceive you.
Absolutely. I mean, if you're not able to see someone else's perspective, how else do you think you're going to be happy with your life? I mean, I'm sure if in fact you're coming from a place of goodness here, wouldn't it advise
Oh my God, so much coke.
yourself? Yeah. Wouldn't it advise yourself to actually want to know what the other person thinks about you, especially if it's coming from her? If it's coming from her, and you don't care what she thinks, that's how much love does that show?
Yeah. You're a selfish person, and it's gonna be hard for you to meet and connect with somebody if you don't actually care how you're coming off. And just basically get rid of that hat. If nothing else sinks into you here,
Yeah,
get rid of that fucking hat. It looks
I
dumb.
want to be the Q1 fashion here, but I'm just saying, not something I'd wear any day.
Gotta
Just saying.
ditch the hat. You could do other hats. Do a
Get a
baseball
Stetson,
hat.
man. Yeah, get
Do
Stetson.
yeah. Front Porch Conservative has a great hat. Or
Yeah,
do like a
Fedora.
Tim Pool beanie. There's a lot of different looks you can do if you have to do a hat.
Oh, you know what? You need a My Lady fedora. That's what you need.
Throw away the hat or start mining for gold. Those are your options.
Well, gold is worth something these days now.
Again, like the goal here is to avoid looking like a creep. Like I'm sure deep down you want to avoid looking like a creep because you don't want this to happen again, and you eventually probably want to meet somebody and get married, but like this is not the way. Do you think movies need constructive criticism? I mean, that is what you do. What? I don't think you know any of us.
Now he's
do.
just deflecting. He's just trying to deflect at this point.
Yeah, I don't think you're actually familiar with any of us, but that's fine. Throw away the hat, Sean. Best of luck to you.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about Kirk Cameron. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
Public
do this,
libraries,
ladies.
both of which held drag queen story hours in their facilities this past June, as well as other programs that promote and celebrate diversity of thought and belief, are now in communication with his publisher about the bookings for his story hour program for kids. Okay. Kirk Cameron pushes public libraries for story hour reading slot, prepared to assert my rights in court. I guess they were not letting him in at first, and then he threatened to sue. Fox News Digital was shown the email exchanges between him and the two libraries as proof of the forward progress, as well as the details of the room bookings for later this month at the libraries. Cameron, a well-known actor, writer, and producer who first found fame on the TV sitcom Growing Pains, is the author of a new book, As You Grow. It's an illustrated children's book and part of a series that celebrates the positive qualities of kindness, joy, patience, compassion, and other biblical values. The book is published by Brave Books as part of its monthly subscription book service for families and children. Let your strength and gentleness be what draws others to you. Kirk Cameron in As You Grow, his new children's book. Because you've been cared for, care for others. Cameron's book says, in part, let your strength and gentleness be what draws others to you. Cameron is scheduled to speak at the Indianapolis Public Library. So this was yesterday, December 29th. He and his publisher were quoted a room rental fee of $725 plus taxes in order to secure a room at the library. I think he's supposed to today, December 30th, he is scheduled to hold a story hour reading at the Scarsdale Public Library in Scarsdale, New York, roughly 25 miles north of Manhattan. Guys, do you think I should go to this if he's doing this? Because I think there are probably going to be a lot of people there and possibly some protesters.
You know what's sort of funny is, these people that speak about equality, they speak about being fair and being on the level, not allowing a man to be able to read his book. So that to me,
Mhm.
I mean, that's simple, is it not? That they allow drag queens to literally read to kids, but you won't let this man read a book? Like, something's wrong
Mhm.
there. Something's absolutely wrong there. You know what? And it'd be sort of nice to be able to go down and see if these lovely, fine people, as they present themselves to be, are going to show up there,
So I should go?
Well, if it doesn't inconvenience you, I mean, if you're grabbing a cup of coffee and happen to see some, black-clad people dressed up with,
Maybe you can
Nerf
get
guns.
maybe you can get Kirk on the podcast.
Ooh,
Ooh,
true.
that would be awesome.
Okay, like I'm happy
And
he
he can
said,
read his book here.
yeah. Yes, he could read his book on the live
Ooh,
stream
yes.
for tens of people. No. The rental of the library Scott room costs $200 for 4 hours and then $75 for each additional hour for profits individuals. The library notes in its schedule of fees. Wow. I'm happy the two libraries changed their decision and will allow my voice to be heard and my book to be read.
That's so sad.
I should show up with a wig and high heels for him to wear.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Like I brought these in case they gave you any trouble.
I think that would work swimmingly. And he'd do it too.
I hope they realize that their position of denying me a story hour reading was not only unfair and illegal, but that we would all be better off if we listened to each other's perspectives. He said he hopes that children from Indianapolis and Scarsdale can learn something about biblical wisdom and the fruits of the Spirit from As You Grow. Cameron also said, I hope that this victory acts as a source of courage for Christians and conservatives across the country to be brave and not back down, making sure that we are the salt of the earth and the light of the darkness.
How
Trent Talbot.
inclusive.
How inclusive. CEO of Texas-based Brave Books told Fox News Digital over the weekend, I love situations in which we have 2 ways to win and 0 ways to lose. We force these bullies to either take off their masks and show their true colors of unabashed anti-Christian and anti-American bias, as well as catch themselves in a spicy lawsuit, or the bullies were going to realize that Kirk and Brave were here to fight and they would back down.
America.
America!
America.
Okay.
America.
Recently, the library employee in Indianapolis who received the request for Cameron's story hour was not encouraging. The person's response was that the library has a strategic plan in place. Brave Books related.
That
The
sounds like a
individuals,
conspiracy theory.
yeah, the
Yeah.
individual added over the phone. Generally, when we have author visits, those are coordinated through our departments. We really have a push.
Okay.
We have a
Yeah.
strategic plan in place. So we are really looking at authors who are diverse, authors of color. That's really been our focus. Wow. Sounds
So
racist.
segregation. Yeah,
Yeah.
segregation. Outstanding. Hey, I'm just curious. What fountain do I drink out of when I get there? Just, shoot. Unreal.
When a Brave Book staffer replied that Cameron's new book for kids contributes in its own way to a diverse array of ideas and beliefs, the library representative replied, well, we are focusing on racial equity. Ugh.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, all right.
That's just horrible. It's like we finally go from the 1950s all the way up to today where we had a freaking black president. And now we're going backwards. Okay.
Yeah. And we had
Because you
a male first lady with Michelle
exactly.
Obama. It's like we've made progress.
And you know what? We got there, and we have all these opportunities in the world. The mere fact that we're able to even speak without even being lynched or threatened. Oh wait, hold on. We
Oh,
are being threatened these days. And so I guess if you're a person of color that speaks your mind, that is not with the agenda. We're right back to
mhm.
the 1950s.
Yep.
Outstanding. Huh.
Wow. Similarly, the Scarsdale Public Library told Cameron and his representatives, "Thank you for thinking of us, but we are not interested in this program." Wow.
Oh.
Cannon and his publisher pushed back on rejections they felt were inequitable and inappropriate given the array of other programs that are regularly held at public libraries across the country. The Scarsdale Public Library on its website shares a message about its vision. Our transformed library will be known for its welcoming culture of possibility and accessibility, treasured as a place to read, write, create, discuss, listen, debate, connect, and reflect. The library says on its website, committed to institutional reflection, innovation, and professional excellence, Scarsdale Public Library will be a dynamic asset for our community and a leading public library. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
as long
blah.
as it goes with their narrative, sure.
Yeah. Very
Unreal.
inclusive of only the people that we like.
I think we need a shirt that says very inclusive.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Totally
It
need
is
a shirt like that.
it is incorrect to state that the library has changed
Flagrant
its
triggers, get on it.
position.
Yep.
Yes. It's Elizabeth Bermel, director of the Scarsdale Public Library, in an emailed message to Fox News Digital on Sunday evening. The publisher and Mr. Cameron were never denied the opportunity to book a room. Rather, they never previously requested to book the library's meeting room. Oh, okay.
Yep, because they don't
Just
know
an
how to do
oversight.
simple things. Yeah, they're very successful in their lives, but hey, they don't know how to book a room. Okay,
Yeah.
got
If
it.
it's one thing I'm getting tired of in the 2020s, it's the freaking gaslighting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's like when
so
you call a
annoying.
restaurant and they're like, "Oh, you didn't use open table." It's like, "Well, I'm calling you now, and you can also make a reservation."
Exactly.
The library first received an inquiry on December 13th and an application on the 16th from the publisher to book the meeting room for December 30th. An attached statement went into more detail, noting that on Friday, December 2nd, the Scarsdale Public Library did receive a message via its website about a request to schedule a story hour at the Scarsdale Public Library for Kirk Cameron. Here he is with a white background and a gray background.
Fancy.
Why a white background?
Yeah, I like this passport photo version. The library said it sent Cameron's representatives a link, and they responded a few days later saying, "We would love to schedule a story hour for Mr. Cameron's book where we read As You Grow and speak to families about following the wisdom of the Bible, as well as discussing the harmful effects of woke ideology, specifically CRT and the trans agenda."
If he had
there you
sent in a
go.
picture of a black box, he
Yeah,
would've
the
gotten
library
in.
said it replied,
Yeah.
"Thank you for thinking of us, but we are not interested in this program." That's interesting.
Unreal.
That doesn't sound like a scheduling oversight. That sounds like a
No.
straight up denial.
No. Yeah, it seems like they want to do everything humanly possible to either blame it on him, blame it on others, but yeah, when the thing doesn't go with their agenda, it's like, oh, I'm sorry. But then again, these are the inclusive people. This is the right side of history, folks, as you see it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, make sure that you sit at the back of the bus.
Cameron and Brave Books told Fox News Digital that while they're glad the book programs at the two public libraries are now moving forward, neither library has offered any assistance as far as promoting the book reading, sponsoring it, or simply asking more information about it to be better able to serve those who inquire about the event from library staff. Wow, is it even on their website? Let's go to Scarsdale Public Library. Oh my God, if it's not on the website, that's interesting.
Yeah, it'd be a great way to, I don't know, clean up.
Let's pull up the website. Huh. I don't see it on the upcoming events.
That's odd.
Strange.
That doesn't seem really inclusive.
That seems like an oversight. Borrow, discover. Where would we attend?
Odd.
Oh, attend story time?
Oh, yeah, let's check that out.
Hey.
All right. Well, it must be on the calendar.
It's got to be because they're so inclusive.
It doesn't appear to be on the calendar.
Huh. Gee, that seems very not inclusive.
But Wag Your Tail session 1 is here. And Baby
Ooh.
Bookworms.
See, that's progress.
I don't see
guess.
anything for today. That's so weird.
It's almost like they want to hide the event. Why
Yeah,
would
it is.
someone who is so inclusive would want to hide something like that? That's really odd.
It
Very
is
odd to
odd.
me. Unreal.
Shocking.
Are
So
any of the
shocking.
books they're reading on those other dates something like Anti-Racist Baby or anything? I'm
Oh,
curious as to what books they do, what events they do show.
okay. Let's see. Pre-K story time, toddler time. What's on pre-K story time? Let's see. Oh, you can't really tell.
Yeah, they're probably not publishing it much anymore since there's been so much backlash.
Wag your tail. Chinese
Of
language,
course.
toddler time. Baby bookworms. What's wag your tail?
You know what this is? This.
Therapy dogs. Oh, I would go to
Oh,
that.
well, yeah.
All right, I'm getting distracted. But yeah, it's not listed on the website.
You know what it is? They
You can't handle the truth.
okay. That's what it is. You go to the website, they don't want to show it to you. We can't handle the truth. That's
Yep.
what it is. Yep.
Wow.
Unfortunate. But don't worry, it's inclusive.
Very inclusive, very diverse.
Unreal.
Okay, more of the same. Let's see. And then I saw a tweet, or no, it was a Facebook post from him. This is taken from this morning.
Hey, good morning, you guys. I am in New York City. I'm standing here in front of the Fox News studio. It's absolutely beautiful. There's Christmas tree, and it's still here behind me, and the American flag. And we are going on America's Newsroom this morning. So if you want to catch us talking about the amazing, miraculous turnout yesterday at the Indianapolis Public Library, join us in just a little while. It was truly inspirational, and it's happening again in Scarsdale, New York Public Library today. We're going to be there this afternoon, so join us if you get a chance. It is an incredible time to be encouraged, to be inspired, and to be with like-minded people. Hope to see you there.
God bless him,
Okay.
man.
I like
Sounds
that he's white pilled.
problematic.
I like that he seems to comes off as white pilled. I like that.
Yeah.
Wholesome.
He does seem hopeful.
Yeah.
You know, you have to. You know what? They spend so much time. Okay, these not to go straight into the rabbit hole here, but you have these organizations spend so much time dividing people, and all this man wants to do is read a book and have people come together, no matter what it is, and yet. These people still stop them. It's like, they want to be a part of the machine, but then they sit there and say, hey, we want to be inclusive. We want to be diverse. Well, if you want to be
Yeah.
diverse
Like,
and
no, they
inclusive,
don't.
yeah, then there shouldn't have been any issue whatsoever having this man read the book.
Yeah.
They're
Can't a man
willing
read
and
a
able.
book and not have to be wearing a dress?
Exactly. I mean, and maybe if it's a kilt, I'll rock with that. But
Why are drag queens this avenue for LGBT inclusion? Why specifically like drag queens?
I
You
don't
have the
get
L,
it.
the
They
G,
were
the B, and the
already
T. There's no
they're
D
already very much
Right.
in the
included.
acronym
Like,
that I know of.
Exactly.
I mean, I guess it's the G. They're gay men wearing dresses, but yeah, it's just so odd to me.
Yeah, I don't understand it. And the worst thing about this is is this LGBT assumption that everybody who's gay or everybody who's lesbian, everybody who's whatever is included in their organization. Last time I checked with my friends that are gay, they don't follow. They don't subscribe to any of this. They don't subscribe to drag queens reading to 3 and 5-year-olds and dressing up as something that you would go and see in a burlesque or a play.
Yeah.
That's on set. But hey, let's keep that narrative going, right?
Yeah.
I
Like
mean, it's getting to the point
most of the gay
where
people I know are like they kind of like, not that they don't care for kids, but they're like they're about like having a good time,
Absolutely.
going out. Like they're not trying to read to kids. They're trying to like find other adults to like hang out with and
Party.
bang and
Absolutely.
do poppers and shit.
And you know what? Listen, I've got my guys that I've absolutely served with where they played on the opposite team any day of the week, and you know what? For some reason, they think that drag queens reading to kids seems to be a wrong thing too.
They're just
So,
it's like, well, I
interesting.
think gays and lesbians already had like plenty of like they can get married, they're not denied jobs. Like
Absolutely.
it seemed like everything was sorted, but they're like, oh well,
Imagine.
okay, what can we push next? Like what's
What was it? It was in the 2000s, the Laramie Project, I believe, where the guy was absolutely, he was killed. The guys went out there and I believe, if I remember correctly, they tied him to a pole just for being gay, and they assaulted him and left him to die. Okay, that was back in the 2000s. Look where we are today. You have parades in the street. You have a whole
Like-
entire month of June.
actual hate
Okay.
crimes are still illegal. So
Right.
it's like, why do
You
we
know?
need to create things that are not hate crime?
There-
Like why?
There's actually a deep rabbit hole on that whole story. Actually,
Of course. Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
So I know everybody still believes that
Whoa! Just
it was
went
because
to
it was gay, but yeah.
Barto's channel, isn't
Right.
he? Like, see, oh, you're talking about the Melanie Stalker. Comic artist pro secrets. I'd rather die than listen to Kirk Cameron read a children's book. Aw. Is that Ethan? I might go listen.
Oh, come on.
Guy man. I'm not racist. I have a black Labrador.
Exactly. See,
There you go.
they're
All
all
right.
good as boys.
Maybe I will check it out just to see what the backlash is like.
Yeah. See what's going down there, and stay safe. But
Mhm.
I'm sort of curious now. For these people that want to be inclusive, they want to be diverse. Well, then I should see, if you go down there, I should see no opposition whatsoever. If anything, I should see them there, sitting down, listening to the story, and enjoying themselves. That's what I should be seeing. If they want equality for all, they should be able to give this man a voice and give anybody else a voice that they might not agree with, but they want that equality to be there. So, if you happen to go down there, this would be a breath of fresh air if I don't see some signs or protests
Yeah.
of this man just reading a simple book.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, maybe I'll have to check it out. Thank you guys for joining me, Crash, and good night, and
Thank you.
and Sean
Yeah, thanks for
Sarto,
bringing us on.
my new best friend. Hope we all learned something today, and we're all gonna be better people in 2023, and maybe be a little more chill, a little less creepy.
You know what? He could use some of those gummies.
Yeah, he could. And even though they have not renewed for sponsorship for next month, yes, Cushy Dreams gummies.
Absolutely. That's what he needs.
CushyDreams.com. Use promo code CMP to get 20% off. Ooh, sour watermelon, green apple.
Yummy.
Other flavors, tangerine. Check it out, guys. That's fun.
Absolutely.
This was fun, guys. Thank you all for joining us. What a wild ride we did today. Who's coming up? Who's coming up next week? I'm going to interview the Kazoo Kid. That's going to be the highlight of my week.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yep, good times. All right. Love you all. Talk to you.